Shout it out. Disclosures here. No doubt. Hey! The unknown's calling. Answer the roar. Answer the roar. Answer the roar.
All right, everybody, and welcome. And only because you start to have outbursts if you stay on too long.
I know you do. You do. I got to tell you, though, it's well worth it. You have to appreciate the tunes. You do such a great job.
Oh, thanks, Rob. For those of you who don't know, I have to look at the chat. I'm crazy. Welcome to SNX Radio, a collab with me, Coley, also known as Coleyufo, and Bigfoot Michigan Rob over there, Rob, BMR and beyond. So, Rob, do you want to take it away so I can? I don't. You know what? The chat. Before I get like all crazy,
You go
ahead
through
of
the
myself.
chats.
I know, I'm dying to too, and
I know you
so
are.
I apologize. Yeah, it's popping. So I'm gonna I'll do the best I can. Kitty Catty Whack. Hey Gary, so nice to see you. Brian. Oh, Brian's in the back room, so we got him coming out here shortly. And Spider Bite. Hey girl, it's nice to see Blazer. Always doing fantastic. You and Gary both. I appreciate all your efforts and all you do with that wrench. Oh, Chiru Sounds. Yay. Welcome. And let me see here. Rob, you feel free to jump in too if you see.
Oh, I see a whole bunch. Maya, Jonasai, GC, Gary Carpenter, Hooking, Tina, Sherry. It's your show. You
Sherry Rose. Chris Sadley. Hey, welcome and thank you for subscribing.
Jessica S.
Jessica S. Oh yeah, I've seen her before. That's cool. Yeah, just as I'm going through, just blurt them out. Diane, I beat Rob too, saying hello to you, Diane.
Oh boy, Diane. Hello, Diane.
Mark, great to have you. And oh, Rodney, Big Chief Thunder Lung, welcome back. Ashes, great to see you. Moon, Vincent, and JT Truth Seekers in the house. Sherry, do you see anybody I missed, Rob?
No, you're doing a fantastic job as always, and I'm quite blind. Mad Pax is here. Mad Pax is here.
I haven't gotten down that far.
Kelly Lewis. I'm going from the bottom. You're going from the top. Straw Dog.
We'll meet in the middle then.
Yeah, we'll meet in the middle somewhere. Bryan Bowden, our guest, is tonight. Yes, he is.
Oh, I see Jessica. So I think we're caught up.
Mojo's in the house. We're pretty well caught up, I think.
Mojo. And if we missed you, it's Rob's fault. So he apologized.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I see Matt Maximus. Oh, yeah. And Maya. We almost grabbed Maya.
I said Maya a little earlier.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Is she Spitfire? Maya Spitfire?
Oh, she's been BMR'd now. She very well could be. Yeah, and Hooking Good. Great to see you. And so I think that's Kelly Lewis, and then I think that's all we have. Or do you see any more?
I just see the first mate of the chat room in the pirate side, Amy Creole. Amy.
Oh, Amy. Hey, Amy. Oh, I see her now. So since Brian, he kind of goes without further ado. Do you want to introduce him?
I will. I can do
Brian
that. You can do your behind the scenes scene to get this all loaded up.
Yeah. Sounds good. And I'll know when to pop him on. But yeah,
Okay, well, you just pop them on when you go do your thing.
Okay, I can pop them on. My kiddo, I tell him every time, and this is what's really going on, is he waits and then he says, "Can you unlock the door?" as I'm going live, and I'm like, "Oh, Brody, you're killing me." So
Undead Jed says he's nobody. Undead Jed, you are somebody in my book. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Welcome, Brian.
Oh, no problem. Everybody's somebody, but you got to remember this is one of those
somebody. Yes, yeah. Brian, you're certainly somebody.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
You know what, man? I just realized that it's Friday the 13th.
It is. It was very appropriate because when we rescheduled the show, we were like, I think Coley was like in negative like 45 degrees over there in Idaho,
Yeah.
Iowa or whatever. Idaho, Iowa.
Yes.
One of those
somewhere
states you didn't
north.
want to be in at that point.
Not at all.
Yeah. So she said, how about Friday the 13th? And I'm like, yeah, that is perfect for this show. Because there's a lot of Knights Templar stuff Friday the 13th. So
well, that's be fantastic. That is one of the topics tonight. But
yes.
I'm going to say something though, really quickly, Brian, since we have a little time before we get rolling. And Brian, you always bring it. You've been on my show 15, 20 times. And for those that don't know, because a lot of Coley's audience does not know, Brian, man, I met you in a chat room on Space Radio.
Spaced Out Radio.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Dave Scott.
With Dave Scott. Yes, go check out Dave Scott for sure. You're on the show and you kind of we knew each other via chat. And I remember there was a Dave Scott show, and when I owned my bar, I was blowing up pumpkins. It was Halloween night.
Yeah, there was. I remember.
And Dave called into my bar.
Yes, we did.
You called in, and Rob is outside. He's in trouble with the law for blowing up pumpkins. Dave is laughing his ass off. It was during his 5-minute break that he does at the top of every hour.
Yeah, it was great because I was gonna request a drink be made of the Bryan Bowden drink or whatever.
Yes.
I wanted something out of rum, and I was hoping I was looking at telling Dave, like, dude, we should just go to Michigan. Well, you, me, Ron Murphy, the guru.
Yes, the guru.
You get a guru drink, and we'll just broadcast live from the freaking bar.
Yes.
And Rob's outside getting arrested, for blowing up pumpkins. And like,
I didn't experience with the authorities.
Yeah.
I didn't have a license to do what I was doing. It was in a field in back of the bar. But the funny thing is that was kind of a thing that I did for like 3 straight Halloweens, never with incident until that night. I was streaming Dave's show from the part of the bar. And yeah, it just turned into kind of, it was all good fun though, and we just lost Brian, I think. I'm talking to Brian, he's gone. Coley, did you knock out Brian?
No, I was sitting here. I hope to God not. All of a sudden he was just gone.
Oh, geez.
Hey, Mojo, hey, PNW. I was literally sitting here and I was like, what happened to Brian? I just saw mine was up there, so I jumped on really quick. I was going to. Brian, where are you?
In the middle of a great story, Coley.
Oh man! Oh, here he is.
Oh, jeez, there he is.
I
apologize.
I went to go make my screen brighter, and I pressed the wrong freaking button.
In the middle.
I apologize. That was really effed up. So,
man, in the middle of a fantastic.
Dude, I couldn't help it. I was just trying to.
Hey, Brian, it's live. It's live television, live YouTube.
I portal jumped. Yeah,
you portal
That'd be pretty
jump.
cool if you could do that.
You did.
Hey, Poncho.
So Brian. Anyway, so the drift of the story is, we kind of followed each other a little bit. Then we became pretty good friends. Never met each other. And then I met you for the very first time in September at our conference we had.
Yeah, that was great.
And I'm proud to say that Sir Brian is not my friend. He's my brother in arms, man. 100%. I love you to death, man.
Yep,
You're fantastic. I've learned so much from you over the years. I just want to tell you live on air.
Oh, I appreciate that. I love, I don't watch many. There's way too, I forgot who said it, but there is way too many podcasts to watch all of them. You cannot do it. Unless you've made a job okay, we're gonna give you $60 an hour to watch podcasts. I'm like, okay, cool. But there, I don't miss, I try not to miss Rob's. And Coley's, I've been checking yours out ever since being introduced to you, which is great.
Thank you. Yeah, you have fantastic one also.
We're all in that. It's really weird. Everybody seems to be. We're all in that same, area where everybody's really cool about it. There's some people that are so, their nose is up in the air, and my nose isn't going anywhere. It's, right here.
Right.
We do some good stuff, especially the stuff we're talking about backstage. I try to help people. and I got a breadcrumb you because the last time I got a Facebook sentence in jail, it went from 6 days to 75 days.
Oh yeah,
5 days. So
You know, now that
I've
we're on this,
done. Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
Coley's done some time in jail. And I got to tell you, it really ticked me off because for those that follow me on Facebook, in my Facebook group, I'll apologize to you guys, even though I shouldn't, because it's a Facebook thing. I own my own group. I cannot post to my group yet again. I tried to post Coley's show to my
So-
group. All I can do is post to my personal page, but anything else that's YouTube related, they say I'm spamming the
Awesome.
interwaves. And I own my own Facebook group.
That happens to me all the time, and when I post on other people's stuff,
Yeah.
like yours and whatever. So I learned that I get the post all set up, and then when I go into like, BM your group, Rob, I'll go, "Hey pirates," or whatever, and then I post it in, and it seems to bypass as long as you put something that's not the same thing as you're posting. Put it like, "Hey, check it out tonight," or "What's up," and then post the shit. It'll post, but
Yeah.
Facebook sucks.
And I just know, well, I do have the time. I just don't like dicking around with stuff. Sorry, Coley. Well,
you're.
my
Well,
show
I don't
too.
know why you're apologizing to me, but you're patient.
No, I kind of I swore I forgot. What's that?
I said your patience is that of like a toddler at times.
Well, yes, kind of.
Well, I'm gonna put the request in now. I want the BMR behind the scenes cam when you have to go away for a little.
Yeah, we talked.
Yes.
Just a portable camera with you and go, "Here, this is what I'm doing.
It's the mystery.
What I'm doing."
When I go like this, you
Yeah.
don't know what the hell I'm doing. Yes.
Nope.
Except for when you keep your microphone on.
Sometimes you keep it
I
which is
don't
great.
keep it on, Coley.
Michigan Paranormal's here. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Mr. Perry.
Pretty
Hey,
Wayne.
Hey, Wayne, what's up, brother?
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna get his band, the band, Think On, before they get their reunion thing going, and we're gonna discuss their music.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just about paranormal, folks.
No, Brian, like I was saying earlier before you got lost, I was
Sorry.
describing you. I will tell you about Bryan Bowden, those who don't know. Paranormal, UFO, cryptids, all high strangeness. Some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, you really are well versed in this, and that's why I always come to you first when I want answers. And listen, man, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but you give me good advice though. That's the most important thing. What I can roll with. Hey, whether I think maybe Brian is this, that, or the other when he says something, I believe it to be beneficial, and I think that it works, and I think that is happening in today's society, in today's paranormal world, right?
Yeah.
So
He said a lot of good things about you, Brian.
Oh, I appreciate that. And
I really appreciate you, brother. And again, for the second
I'll tell
time.
you, I don't pay Rob for any of this, like all this stuff. But I remember,
according to Coley, I'm cheap, so no.
Yeah, Brian, he's not paying for anything.
Yeah, I'm not. No, we're not paying for anything. So suck it up. But you get everybody goes through these ups and downs, right? So life is about peaks and valleys, and we try not to make them so extreme. Some people have really extreme peaks and valleys, and then they see somebody that takes some stuff, and it kind of shortens the peaks and valleys, makes their life, better. You don't ever want to be like this, because a flat line is you're dead. But you come out bummed out and you're depressed and something's going on in your private world, like what the hell? And then you go on there and you say, hey, just say hello to people. And Monica goes, oh, damn it. I can't wait to hang out with Brian. He's so freaking awesome. And then you guys start going and everybody in chat goes, and it really helps you out on those days where it's tough. I just try to be me. My name is my bond. I don't bullshit people. I don't have time for lies. I don't lie. I really don't lie. And people don't like that.
No, actually, I know that you don't, to be honest with you.
And sometimes you have to be ginger because some people just fly off the handle. But I just try to do the right thing. You know,
No
the
worries.
old Brian was a little bit different. So, but I don't want to be the old Brian because I would be in jail, real jail.
Well, you know, I always say this is my thing that I say, and people might disagree. I don't trust a person, a man or even a woman, doesn't matter. If you've
We
never
all
been
pass the
arrested at
trust
least
test.
once and been in the, if you've not been in the Who's Scout at least once, I don't trust you.
Yeah,
Me
it
either.
was for
Isn't that
something really.
crazy? Me either.
Yeah, it
I
was
said that.
stupid. The best part is I knew all the cops in my neighborhood, and I remember going, "Oh God, I'm gonna get in trouble."
Yeah.
When I was like in high school, I'm like, "Hey man, my back's hurting. Can you mind if I sit in the patrol car?" Yeah, you go ahead, sit in the back. So the door is open. I'm sitting there and I'm rolling a joint right there in the back of the car.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I feel better now. We
Yeah.
get out, but that was a while ago. I can't even do that stuff anymore. I used to love it. Too many migraines from it. So, but there's other things that make me feel better, like
Yeah.
rum for you pirates out there.
Arr, mateys. Hey, and just for people that don't know, SNX Radio's on with the BMR. We're doing the double stream thing. So if we don't hit everybody, we love y'all. Thanks for coming on in. And for Coley, her Super Cat's open. And Coley, what is the name of your like people that join? And I'm the pirates. Who are you? We need a name.
Burn.
Are we the
I
Coley
like
Cats?
Brian's Misfits, but I obviously can't take that. And the
No, you
pirates.
can't.
No,
I mean,
know.
where
I
you
gotta
liked
come up.
it. I kind of like that. Like, but you know what? Everybody who's in the chat and you are an SNXer, yeah,
Coley's
we
Cats.
need a name. We need a name.
Coley's Cats, the Super Cats open.
Holy Colies, the Coley Rollers.
The Coley. Oh yeah, the Coley
Holy
Rollers. Rolling
They're the
Colies.
rollers. Okay, so you
Holy
got pirates, you got
like Holy
misfits,
Roller.
and you got rollers.
Oh,
What
you
are
live in
the
a part of the
rollers?
country they have
look like?
potatoes.
Yeah. Hey, we'll have to work on
What
that.
can I give them as a symbolic like representation of the rollers? I don't know.
I don't know.
Coley's Crusaders.
You can do the
Arr.
Crusaders. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, Coley's Castaways. Arr.
Police
Castaways from the
Mojo
pirates.
says
Castaways from the pirates that want the point.
cornbreaders.
the
That's
coconuts,
funny.
but it gets into a little gray area.
Yeah.
Holy cornbread.
Coley's. Well, we'll come up with something, Coley.
Yeah, Rob, you told us you were going to help us with this identity crisis.
I know.
That's
I will.
great.
I'll help you.
Jay Truther goes, call it spaced in radio.
Off-worlders. I kind of like that.
Yeah,
Off-world.
Poncho says the Coley's Super Cats. That's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's kind of wordy, but yeah. The
Coley's
Super Cat.
carrots, Jason Fitch says.
Coley's carrots. Coley's crew. How about Coley's crew? But anyways,
Coley's crew. Not bad.
So, yeah.
We just need a word between it.
Also, really quickly, we're talking about all these things, but everybody as well outside of SNX and good old BMR. Sir Bryan Bowden has at Sir Bryan Bowden, right?
Yeah.
Third Eye Live. That's on YouTube, and Brian does a fantastic job. It's kind of the weird stuff, but Brian also, you're more of a. I like your show because of this. It's not the everyday paranormal stuff. You mix in a lot of variety with your guests,
Right.
from musicians to artists outside of this realm that we all delve in, right? So I do dig your show, and people should subscribe at Sir Bryan
people
Bowden.
to subscribe. We're doing it. It's organic, so we're moving up little by little. Not that I want to be beholden to super chat. Like, don't take it the wrong way. I'd love to get to the point where you get those chats and people can give you whatever. Thank you in advance, but I don't want to be held back and not say stuff because they're going to threaten to take whatever it is. I mean, whatever. I'm not shutting my fucking mouth. So,
John, bro, yeah, well said, Brian. Well said.
So, but yeah, my show is. I think we call everybody now the Third Eye Live Tribe. So you get a little tribe action there, but
So
one of
does
the
that mean you're
things.
giving up on the misfits?
No, I was never
I'll
a
take
misfit.
the
I was like,
misfits.
I was a candidate.
No,
No,
the
Misfit for you
Misfits.
guys.
The Misfits is kind of a theme that we started with the group I'm in a couple of years at the Crossing Realms conference.
Right.
And it's kind of not a taken thing, but it's already out there.
Yep, it
So
is.
that's kind of,
no,
that's why my people are
I
just
totally agree.
pirates. I said,
Right.
you know what? We're pirates. We're
Yes.
pirates.
I mean, one of the things that I was really big on, and I did some studying on, was pirates for many, many years. Loved privateers and what they stood for. And then when I became an official Freemason, no, I am not the Illuminati. Get that out of your mind. My bank account does not have any money in it like that. A lot of privateers were brothers. So, and well, a couple of females there too that were part of the crew. And so I was very interested in that. So I did do something, not to bite off of Rob's, pirates. We're not doing that. But my Third Eye Live logo, I did this so many years ago, is a skull, crossbones, but he has a third eye on the top. That's it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw that the other day, actually.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the only thing I got to figure out. Like,
It was symbolic.
Just symbolic. You will always be the pirates, and I'm not going to take the R's from you. Although
The cool thing about me, man, like Coley, yourself, and a few others, I like to share the love, man. I don't care. This is streaming on 2 channels. I want everybody on Coley's channel.
I do too. I'm streaming it to mine.
I think this is how it all works out. We all wanted to go to yours too, because this is, it's really about Bryan and his testimony, and it broadens the audience. So this, I will link it up, because we all get banned enough from if we get more Facebook jails known to man. I mean, there's just so much stuff that goes on in all these things. So we need each other. We need the group. So it's just not just one person.
Hey, Mickey.
Absolutely. And thank you to Moon and Noon for this first super cat.
Super cat Silken. Thank you, Moon at Noon. That's awesome.
How about you maybe call them the Super Cats? Your group, the Super Cats.
Oh, that was Pancho. Pancho thought of it before, didn't he?
You said that.
Cats, cool cats, super cats, cool
Coley's cats.
Coley cats.
Coley cats. Meow.
Yeah,
okay, we're working on this.
We're gonna work. We'll work out. We should. Yeah, we'll work on it.
And thank you, PNW Rush, for the super sticker. That's pretty awesome. The super cats open.
Yes.
Meow. We'd be more of the the hissing noise.
Definitely.
But yeah, so Bryan, I'm fascinated by the fact of that with the Knight Templars and with obviously the Freemason stuff. And I actually used to have, until it took my phone and it blew it up and shattered the screen, I had a template, and it almost talks about how everything is to be structured, the life, it was insane. I have a copy of it that I sanitized, but it was connected to the Masons. I guess when you found it, do you find the structure? Do you think that there is as much as you can share? It's really fascinating.
I am bound by an obligation, and I'm not trying to use it as an out, but I am bound by an obligation. I will not violate that obligation. And every time you move up in the line, there's other obligations on top of that. But I can talk about it. I was always interested in Freemasonry. Doing some research, I thought it was this is that's the group to be part of. Super secret group that not really rules the world, but have been around for a long time, and everybody's a brother, and it's a really good network before we got networks. Okay. And I asked my father's 2 uncles were 33rd degree Freemasons in New York City. So I said, Dad, what about your uncles being Freemasons? He goes, oh no, we don't talk about that. And I'm like, why don't you talk about that? And for some reason, it was kept very, very secret. Now, at one point, people didn't reveal that they were Freemasons. It is, you're not supposed to. Part of your obligation, believe it or not. But now in current times, you'll see square and compasses on the back of cars or other symbols that tell you someone's a Freemason. And with the adventure of the internet, that has just screwed it for everybody because 99% of the stuff I hear back from other people that are not Freemasons and have no connection to them is 100% bullshit. There's nothing about devil worshiping in it. There's nothing about the devil whatsoever or Lucifer. We're not this global group that is trying to, take over the world. Not going to happen. And we're not part of the Illuminati. Now, the Illuminati is what you call a clandestine organization that happens to be, some of the people associated with it in the past were Freemasons. But it doesn't mean that all Freemasons are there. These are people that went wrong and took a left turn and shouldn't have, and started something, clandestine, which is not recognized by any of the lodges or the Grand Lodge of London, the United Kingdom, which is where the main Freemason lodges all report back to throughout the world. But Freemasonry has constantly evolved actually. And when I joined instead of joining in New York City where I was living in the Bronx, I joined in New Jersey, just over the bridge there, because a bunch of my people I knew that I was really friendly with were there, and they ask you when you petition, anybody that is currently male, 18 years old in New Jersey, that wants to join a lodge, you go to a lodge, and it can be any place in the world actually. If you're in whatever state you're in, if you're interested in it, you go to a lodge, you find the lodge, you meet some of the brothers. You said, I'm very interested in Freemasonry. I'm thinking about, I'd like to join. They'll invite you in. You'll have some good food. And you'll talk to some of the brothers, and then you fill out a petition. We go upstairs to the main temple and we vote on yay or nay. They investigate you first, by the way. They will go into all your inner details. We cannot have, part of the requirements is you're not a criminal. Which goes against what we just said earlier, Rob.
Rob, you'll never make it in the Freemasonry.
No, it's very subjective to the individual. And then they vote on you, and then you go through the process, and then you'll get somebody that will handle your first degree, second, and third degree. And after the third degree, you're just as equal as anybody else in the lodge, no matter who it is. Although a lodge has a grant.
Speaking of crimes.
Yes, well, there are some individuals that have had, I'm not talking about stupid stuff. They're looking for people that are, really hardcore things, and they do investigate you. That's part of the fees of when you submit your application. They do a background check. It depends on where you are in the country. Everybody does it differently. Some people will come to your house. They will interview your spouse. Is it okay if he goes and becomes a Freemason? They want to know everything about you, because by the time you're finished, you're going to be a brother. Everybody needs to know about everybody. And it's not as glamorous as you would think it is. A lot of people that join it kind of, they're thinking it's like some super secret stuff, like, listen, don't call 911, call 811. That's the real number. No, there's none of that crap in there whatsoever. But so regular Freemason that you see in this country is all done on allegory. So they recreate allegory throughout a variety of different degrees. And there's a symbolism and meaning in that. But there is a side of Freemasonry that is very, very esoteric. And that in my, I saw Little Patty, some states do accept women. So I'm just going to, I'm going to say that.
I was just starring it. So
Yeah. No, I didn't mean to do it because I wanted to get it at the someone was asking because we were talking about it. But yeah, some states do have women. I have 2 daughters. They've been to lodge. They go in the room and they play with the there's a guy that sits out the door outside to protect the lodge called the Tyler, and he has a big ass sword. Really big. That's his implement. And my daughter's like, "Can we play with the swords?" I'm like, "Don't hit each other." And they're
Right?
a good 4 or 5 feet, and they're I'm like, "Don't hit the swords together. I do not want to pay for those." But some states do allow women in there. I don't know if it's a male chauvinist thing or not, but everybody that has their own view on it. There's certain things that just are uncomfortable with some of the brothers and they don't want to do it, and they don't have to do it. But that's their choice and their lodge's choice of the state. So it's always like a grand lodge of the state that controls all the other lodges throughout the state. And then they're broken into districts. That's how it works. And then the ultimate grand lodge is the one in London or in the UK, England. But
Go a lot by numbers. My buddy Paul, he was his grandfather and father were Freemasons, and he was allowed to leave. He's in Canada now, but he was
Right.
allowed to leave protected as long as he did not talk to, like, at that time Dateline was coming after him and like those types, so that's how long ago it is. But the way that he could break down stuff by numbers was honestly probably one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen.
yeah, so when I became a Freemason about 18 years ago, I think it's 18 now. I was more into the esoteric stuff because I've always been into this, whatever, the spooky, high strangeness, Merlin, magic, all that stuff. And I know that that's was supposed to be part of Freemasonry, but we never really discussed it. It wasn't until I was in the second Masonic district that they started something called the Second Masonic Book Club, open to all Master Masons. And we started to discuss different books. Everybody can get them. I will tell you an author you should definitely be reading. And we would discuss it on a higher level that we would never be allowed to discuss in lodge because it's very, very esoteric. Yeah, Grand Lodge in England is amazing. It's weird, but it's amazing. So from that, we met brothers from all throughout the state, not only in New Jersey, but in New York. And everybody that was into this esoterica was pretty much also into everything I was, which is paranormal, high strangeness, mysterious beasts, alchemy, you name it. And then there is where you really get this knowledge. And there are secrets that you can unlock. Now, let me tell you, if you really want to unlock some major secrets, including what your friend or the relative was from Canada with the numbers, you need to read Manly P. Hall, The Secret Teachings of Everything. You can get a PDF copy of that online for free. Okay, throw it into your Kindle on your phone, and then you could read it. And if you have the other app, I forgot what I have, but I have one that will read it to you while you're reading.
What's that cat's name again?
Manly P. Hall. Let me see if I can pop him up, and I'll show you.
I wrote it down. I'm pretty good at that. Manly P. Hall.
Now,
Yeah.
Manly
That
P.
is
Hall
funny.
is one of those guys has written a ton of these books. The majority of what he's written in, especially The Secret Teaching of Everything, which I'm trying to get to right now, is done prior to him being inducted as a Freemason.
Okay.
And what's really interesting, here it is, Secret Teachings of Everything, of all ages, Secret Teachings of all ages. Sorry, it's an encyclopedia. Now it comes in different formats. You can get it as a actual book, physical book with more of the words, but there's a larger version of it that goes into diagrams and really interesting graphics within it that go back as ancient and far as you and wide you can go. And we talk about vibration and frequency and resonance, and manipulation of energy and plasma esoterica. So there is something I used to do. I used to drive my father nuts, but I would see numbers like 4, 5, 6, right? And he goes, yeah, what about 4, 5, 6? And I would, 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 6 is 15, right? And then I say, oh, it's a 6. And he goes, how the hell do you get 6 from 4, 5, 6? So I tried to explain it to him that every number can be broken down from 1 to 9. Okay. It's kind of weird.
Every number can be broken down from 1 to 9.
1 to 9. All of them. It doesn't matter how long that number is.
So it could be 49,282.
Right. 49,282 is 49. 4 and 9. That's 13. 282, you said?
282.
13 plus 8 is 18, 19, 21.
41.
2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 25, 5. It's a 7. It's really weird, but
that's kind of weird.
It is weird, but there's reasons for it. And we can get into numbers, the reasons. I mean, I have this whole thing in that I put out. It's for example, I responded to another misfit, Krista from Blondes and Booze, about something. It was really good. It was her personal thing that we would talk about certain things. And I go, by the way, I sent this in, and it was 4:44 p.m. And 4:44 p.m. Is an angel number, and it could represent encouragement, protection, and the important trusting your intuition. And that goes back to the number, just the single number 4. Okay. It's stability, grounding, and a solid foundation. There's more to it. Do you understand? The number 5 represents change, good or bad. So if something happens, and what happens, I don't know if you've ever had this. Do you ever see numbers like 1111?
All the time.
All the time. Okay, well, that's an angel number.
I see 7-Eleven all the time.
You see 7
in the gas station.
What's that, Coley? I see
gas station.
Right? Well, yeah. It could be, yes. 7-Eleven, 311, and actually 1111 always pop up sporadically monthly for me.
So 1111 means you're on the right path. Okay. It also means you're supposed to make a wish, and concentrate. Now, when you see these numbers, you don't just go, oh, angel number, make a wish.
Yeah.
You have to go back to what you were thinking at the time. You may have been asking yourself a question like, I don't know, should I buy that car or not? And then you get 1111 on, oh, it's 1111, buy the car. They're telling you buy the car.
Think about it like that.
It's really, but this gets into the esoteric side of life.
Yeah.
And that's and there's meaning behind everything. There's meaning behind musical notes, because it's mathematics. It gets into mathematics and musical notes. Why do you think in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind you had that? Right?
I didn't see it.
Oh my God, you've got to see this movie.
Time out the show.
I know what you're gonna say, but
Cole, you've never seen Close.
Part of the reason I haven't.
I tell you what, I saw Close Encounters last year, and I got to tell you what, I've watched it 4 times since.
You got to see it. It is actual UFO disclosure. I've been saying it for years.
Yeah,
decades.
Well, you know how they mimic and mockery, and any YouTube, any UFO thing I've ever seen is not even close to what it is, and so I just don't bother. But I will. You guys said that. I will.
Oh my God, this literally is disclosure. The guy who was set up, this is why I tell you, it was released in 1977. Globally, was a global hit, and in this movie, there is a point where a craft comes in and the government is dealing with it. And the guy, Dr.
This
Hynek,
sounds a little Hynek.
who
Oh,
was responsible for saying no, debunking UFOs, Project Blue Book and stuff, who came up with the close encounters, the CE protocols.
yeah, C5.
He didn't break his non-disclosure agreement or any governance agreement. He just comes out and they get a close-up of his face and he puts a pipe in his mouth and that's it. He acknowledges its presence. That is full disclosure, that movie. You don't need these
I
jackasses.
think disclosure has happened. I think we are disclosure. Nobody wants the government. I'll speak for myself, but nobody wants the government tangled in like this.
No, they're
or
not telling you
anything
the
else,
truth.
No, they're not.
None of
They
them are
never
telling you
will.
the truth.
They
No, they
never will.
won't. They can't. And
It
although
would be against the law, actually, for them to even tell you the truth.
they're breaking national security, but what you may get, and there's a lot of talk about this, and I'm getting a lot of buzzes from my own little sources that are not mainstream, and I will not reveal them.
But of course you won't.
I can't.
I know you can't. I'm kidding with you.
You may get a public statement about extraterrestrials very, very soon by some guy that has really bad hair.
Okay,
Really bad
looking-
hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look back a minute on this.
They call him
because-
Orange Man. He's the president. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to announce that, it will be that man right there.
Good old Donald. I was going to ask you, Brian, because
Now we need a Coley cam. Where the hell is she? No.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to come up for this question, but regardless, oh boy, because I will tell you this, about 3 or 4 years ago when I started doing this in 2020, I think, or whatever. And then I really wanted to enhance my knowledge in the UFO world, this, that, and the other. And I found it to be a lot more political than anything. It just seemed like, God, it was just a mess. If you think the cryptid world is a mess, excuse me, I think UFO is really out there.
Yeah.
But what you said made a lot of sense because I have watched a lot of UFO flicks just to learn. And I know, and people say you can't watch a movie to learn. Well, I think a lot of this is based on something that's happened anyway. I think a lot of these people get this information, they're these big producers from somewhere else, to be honest. But that's not my point. My point is when I watched the movie, the one we were talking about, what was it again? Blah, blah, blah.
Encounters?
Yes, I gotta tell you, I watched it for the first time 3 years ago, Brian. And that was the only movie that I watched that hit me, and I watched it 4 times ever since.
It's a great movie.
It made a lot of sense to me. It did.
Well, it
In a way.
tells the story without kind of getting people out of it. It tells the story about our government having some kind of interaction with extraterrestrials and an exchange, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to ruin the movie for anybody, but
for sure.
I promise you, it is one of the best movies you'll ever see on UFOs. And you got to understand, the man who made this is Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And not long after that, he made E.T.
Yep.
And here's something that's very interesting about E.T. So Ronald Reagan, before it was released, E.T., he asked Spielberg to come to the White House for a private viewing. So Spielberg's like, yeah, I'm going. And he went, and they went, and they had all of his chief of staff and the generals and everybody of importance that would be in the government there. And they rolled the movie E.T. And it was over, and Reagan got up and started walking off and goes, wow, you really did a great job with, you caught it, very, very realistically. What he was saying is he knew that extraterrestrials, and he's seen them, and he goes, you did a good job on that one. You really got it down. It was perfect. So he was alluding to the fact that he was confirming that that's what they look like. Some of them look like, and some of them do look like ET. Some of them look like Nordics, and there are some people that are on the Nordic side that really tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful,
Mm,
Nordics. I mean, 6 foot, 7 foot, some of them even taller.
mhm.
Amazing looking human beings. Women would love them, and
And
guys
they
would
look
love
like
them
human
too.
beings. You're just
They
beautiful
look
human
they
beings,
look pretty much like human beings.
really enhanced human beings.
Yeah, a bit pale, and they do walk around. There are
Mhm.
people that walk around publicly that are Nordics, extraterrestrials.
You know, gosh, we could go all over with this.
Yeah.
We really could.
What did I miss? I got kicked out.
Yeah, I know.
You got kicked out of your own. Okay, no, I did that.
I
one.
know, but I don't want to keep going. Yeah. I'm even
Mm.
hardwired in. I don't know what the deal is.
I was just explaining that Steven Spielberg did the movie Close Encounters, and not long after that, he also put out E.T. The movie, and he did a private screening for Ronald Reagan at the White House, and he had all his bigwigs there, and CIA, NSA, and Reagan pretty much got up and goes, "You really did a great job capturing exactly what it is," because he's seen it. Reagan saw it, saw the ETs,
Oh, wow.
and that was it. And he walked out. He didn't even stop. And a couple guys were talking about it before. So that's what we were initially talking about. And then I said, well, there are individuals here called Nordics that are like 6'6", 7 feet tall, good looking. They look like, Thor and some kind of like blonde, gorgeous Viking woman or whatever it is. You
I'm
could
like,
be one of them too.
sure.
Blue eyes,
Yeah.
beautiful and whatever, and they're fairly tall, and they're not short in any capacity, and they're Nordic extraterrestrials, and they come from a specific area and a system, but some of them are here living on this planet publicly. But you don't have to admit they're Nordics because they kind of blend in. And then you got some of those reptilians and some all people with lizards and all that other stuff. So
Yes. I don't like the lizards. What do
yeah.
you think on the I guess the non-human players, or I'm not sure exactly, non-human, what they're worded as now? There's a whole acronym for them. Like how many of these people do you think are like alien compared
okay.
to? I just think that there's like a certain percentage, like they're the ones that are walk around the block every day at 5 p.m. whatever.
Yeah, no, I have I had a friend I met. He was on my show. His name was Derek Tyler. Unfortunately, he passed away a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, or December or something like that. And I had him on the show, and he was again like us, like we would have these private conversations that we could not have in public because people would think you're crazy and they'd shut you down. Okay. He wrote a book called I forgot, it was something like Alien Encounters, An Inconvenient Truth. And I didn't read the full book. I got the PDF of it. But he goes, listen, do me a favor, read chapters 1, 3, and 5. If you're going to read anything, read those. And everybody, even Dave Scott says to me, like, what scares you? I'm like, not much really scares me at all. The only thing that scares me is the Internal Revenue Service, letters from them, and a doctor going, it's a girl, because I already have 2 of those. I don't need another.
Yeah.
That is a handle right there. It's like 5 boys in one, and my youngest she almost got killed this morning. She went 14 years old.
Experience.
Holy crap. Yeah, it was rough. But after reading this book, and you can still get this book, Derek Tyler's book, and I'll try to post a link to it. It's on Amazon. It scared the hell out of me. Really, really bad. To the point it was unnerving what they were doing. And he was being abducted not only by several different species of extraterrestrials, but he was also being abducted by our black budget Project Skunk Works people that were reverse engineering things. Now, in the process, I talk about this, and I can't show the pictures anymore because they shut my ass down like that, Facebook. But I showed it two episodes ago. I did a preview of I talked about what I talked about at the Vanished premiere. I talked about sightings and mutilations, and specifically I went from cattle mutilations to something no one else talked about except for me publicly on anything, human mutilations. And then I showed images of actual extraterrestrials provided to me by email way back when, before there was any type of AI crap. Okay. From all zeros in the header of the phone, text messaging. There's nothing there. You couldn't even reply back to it. And also in the email, all it was USG, and then that was it, .gov. And there was nothing. And I'm pretty good with computers, and I know how to take some of the headers and, go in the back end and kind of trace it. You couldn't trace this shit if you tried. There was nothing on it. And I would get these images. Matter of fact, a video I got years ago before everybody started looking at it was making the rounds just this year. It's a South American gentleman with a beard facing a tall gray extraterrestrial, which I call them the ambassadors. They're really smart, and they're the ones that they make the deals with humans. They're not the little grays. The little grays are the little guys you see in, like Whitley Strieber talked about them, Betty and Barney Hill. There's the little gray aliens with the big eyes. Actually, the emoji that you can get on your phone, you see that alien head? That is called an extraterrestrial biological entity. They're clones. And what they do is, there's like a whole slew of clones that they literally grow them in fake.
And there's there's the pear-shaped ones, and there's also the ones with more pointy features, like
the pointy features are they're just gray aliens. I call them ambassadors. They're usually 7 feet tall or a little bit taller.
Ones, yeah.
Super smart, like well over 200 on the IQ, closer to 400. They're arrogant, they're nasty, they do not like us, and they're all business. What they want, whatever. The little grays are the ones that go and abduct you. So when you're in your room and you see these little grays near you, whatever, big guys, they have an ability, because of the way they were created, they vibrated a frequency, and they can travel. They can all do it, but they can travel through walls or any structure because they vibrate at the same frequency of the structure, so they can pass right through it. They're the ones that pick you up, levitate you because they can do it, and then they help put that field around you or within you, that vibration, so you go through the wall and you get taken to the craft. They're worker bees, and they drive the craft, and their IQ is about 80. They're dumb as a box of rocks.
That's pretty dumb.
That is
80.
exactly what Daryl Sims said. He said the exact same thing. He said that you're getting dropped off a block away from your house. Your clothes are turned inside out. He's like, it's not because he said they're not intelligent. He said they've got an IQ of about 80. The same thing you said.
They're not intelligent. Matter of fact, all the crashes of UFOs on this planet, no matter where they come from, because they all create these EBEs, extraterrestrial biological entities. It's all done by these idiots. Okay? That's like giving your special needs 12-year-old the car to drive your ass back home from the market. Not a good idea. Maybe a couple of times you'll get home safe, like, well, honey, that was a great job. But then there are other times you go for a ride and never come back. Yeah, they're dumber than dirt, or they make AOC look like a genius. And I'm sorry, I'll shut up on that one.
No, that's
but like a box of rocks. But here's what's really creepy. In part of the interactions between the United States back in the 40s and the 50s.
Okay, yeah. We're talking about the Eisenhower years.
Yeah. Eisenhower didn't do shit. Matter of fact, Eisenhower did not sign that. I
you know what? Yeah.
I talked to his granddaughter.
Laura.
Yeah. And he was kind of like he was like this with it.
Mhm.
And for those that are young enough to in this day, you'll go 6'7". Okay. Stupid fucking thing. But whatever. Like he didn't do it. But during the time of Eisenhower, this is why Eisenhower got on the air publicly and warned you about the military industrial complex. What did
Absolutely.
happen was the creation of Majestic 12.
Mm.
And that was individuals, and they are the ones that signed the agreement.
Yes.
And
You got
and
it.
it was at the point where, you know, some people say, "Oh, Eisenhower did." Nah, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
He,
I
sometimes you go along with stuff because you don't want to get whacked.
I guess so. And that's to me, my thinking is this. It's always Eisenhower, Eisenhower, Eisenhower. To me, okay, I've heard it. Now I know nothing, I don't know as much about you or Coley for that matter, about UFOs and the history. But I always thought it was odd, Brian, that it's always going back to Eisenhower and the Nazi era, right? I
Well,
just
there's a
didn't
reason
buy
for it.
that.
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, literally, and if you talk to Laura doesn't think that, which is, and I've seen the documentation, like she is legit, and like I have her birth certificate, and I can send it to you. But she said, like, basically, there was so much more to it that we might have won the land in that era, but we did not win the war, and
Yep.
I have to agree with her on that one.
So what happened was what we got from that was technology.
Okay.
But in the process of the technology, we gave extraterrestrials permission to abduct people at their leisure.
Can I ask
And
you, Brian, really quick?
yeah.
Because I'm confused on a point, because my IQ is only 78. And we got the technology from who, which I know who it is, but to whom was that given to?
Extraterrestrials, and that the specific species will be debated for decades by multiple people.
But that was given to us. What
Yeah,
government
well,
official would that be?
yeah, that was done late 40s, early 50s. And the tall grays were involved in that, but there were also other different species involved with it as well. And they were given permission. They we get their technology, and we get to reverse engineer stuff, and they get to continue what they're doing to a point. We kept them in a little bit of check. But the problem is, let's go back to Nazi Germany. And great example after Operation Paperclip, where we acquired a whole bunch of Nazi scientists, or from
Yeah,
there.
we got 2,000, and then Russia got
Which-
4,000.
Which
Yeah, more than
turned
that.
into Nassau.
That
Yeah,
was turned
Wernher
into
von Braun.
NASA. Von Braun was the leader of that. He was the person responsible for the technology of Nazi Germany. And he okay, so at the end of the war, 200 when the Nazis were done and Hitler didn't kill himself, he went to Argentina.
No, he didn't. If
No,
you
he
go and
did
you
not.
watch those, there was 2 FBI agents, and they tracked him all the way, like, through Argentina, and how they,
Yeah,
just
he died
areas
in
they spoke
Argentina.
German, and, like, yeah, it's just crazy.
He died in Argentina
Mm.
along with some high tier Nazis. They were there.
Mhm.
What happened
So they
was
weren't all eliminated in that drama. That what do you call that? Those things we see on Netflix, where he got killed in his bunker
no,
in Switzerland.
he didn't go out and shoot himself in the head, and Eva Braun.
Okay.
No, that
Do
did
you
not
know who
happen.
investigated that at the time?
The
Russia.
Russia
Russia?
was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like,
I
we should
mean,
have believed nothing of that.
and they have the skull and all that stuff, and there was a whole show hunting Hitler, which was great.
I like
And I
that.
know people that know all those people on that show very, very well, work with them. But so at the end of the war, 250,000 Nazis just disappeared.
Mm.
And they I mean, literally off the face of this planet. And what apparently, or what is being reported to have happened, is then they went into the Glock, which was this round UFOs that they created, and they went to other areas,
Mm.
possibly to Antarctica, where the Nazis had extensive bases and deep within Antarctica, and others may have gone and jumped timelines. Robert Van Braun was responsible for the technology. When I tell you Nazi Germany was this close, they were literally under 24 hours from having long-range nuclear warheads. They would have won the war in a heartbeat. They were this close. And, you know, it just crumbled. One or two people went, and then everything else crumbled. We got Von Braun. He is the reason why we have not NASA with NASA, not a straight answer. There you go.
Never a straight
That's what
answer,
NASA is.
totally.
So I forgot his name, but someone was over Wright-Patterson. I forgot it. Oh, Greenfield. Alan Greenfield, I believe it is. He went to Wright-Patterson to investigate something, and he wanted to interview Von Braun. And
Oh wow.
the doctor wasn't around, so he's talking to some of the other scientists. And
I
Von Braun
talked to when Earl Grey was still alive, Earl Anderson Grey. He talks about how his mom and her ties to Warner Von Braun and all of that, and to underground. I mean, it's just it really is like. And then people are like, "How did that come about?" I'm like, you got the Vatican. I mean, they were basically giving people new identities as they went through. Nobody could identify anybody coming off of that camps. You know,
Red
this is
Cross
all
was
by
helping.
design. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that have a lot of blood on their hands in general. But so Von Braun walked into the area where he was, and Grieco said, "I'd love to interview you. I've been trying to get interviews with you." He goes, "Well, I'm going to lunch. Why don't you join me?" So they go to lunch, and Greenfield says, "You guys were so close to winning this war. I mean, like, you were super close. You had this technology. Where did it come from?" And without missing a beat, Von Braun goes, "We got it from them." And he wasn't talking about the angels, and he wasn't talking about God. Okay?
He wasn't talking about the alleged spacecrafts that
extraterrestrials. You got to understand something. There are reptilians. There are insectoids. I mean, there are extraterrestrials that look like Wookiees. There's ones that look like Bigfoot. There's ones that look like werewolves. There are ones that look like frogs. I mean, there's a variety of different species from different areas and other, light years from here, interdimensionally, whatever, and have been on this planet. But the ones that are real freaking nasty are the reptilians and the insectoids. They are just not nice.
Yes, they are.
They, one of my friends, Chris, he's a filmmaker out of the UK. He made the movie Don't Talk About the Reptilians. And you don't want to get involved with the reptilians. It's like, I don't know if any of you guys ever saw the old show V. Okay, that's not a joke. They are shape-shifting. They do wear masks and skins, and they've been trying to manipulate
Would you
and
say
control this
V?
planet. Yeah, V.
Like,
the TV show V. You've never seen it, have you?
Oh, maybe not. I saw V is for Vendetta. I didn't know
No.
that V was okay. So this is different.
I'm gonna.
What does V stand for? Visitor?
V was supposed to be for visitor, but there was 2 seasons of it. These extraterrestrials come to the planet, but they're really reptilians.
Oh.
And in one scene, they literally eat somebody. The ones that can't serve them are eaten.
You know, did they take that off because the truth was becoming reality and they got taken? Because 2 years, I never saw it myself. I was too young. I don't know how old I was.
So I'm just going to share this so you can see what I'm talking about. This is if you can share what I just shared a tab, but this is the V thing. And you'll see it. If you're, see how
I have a
what-
tattoo that says V, and I'm like, it's alarming because I didn't know that this was.
This
And
is
so I'm
this
like,
is not
oh,
V for Vendetta. This is literally like this is part of the show. Actually, you can actually watch this show, but this is what happens. They look like human beings and they welcome people, and some people join them. It's very much like Nazi Germany in their takeover, and then you have a rebel group, but they spit acid in your eyes, and some are lizards and some are other entities, and it's V. It was a great show. I won't keep you there on that, so I'll stop sharing it. But that's what a lot of the stuff that comes out of Hollywood and TV land maybe drops over the years, like you were saying.
Yeah, I have this theory. I talked to some people, and we're on the same page with this. A lot of things from Star Wars, I think, already. That. Okay, science fiction to me, everybody, is this. Yeah, we might as well drop the word fiction.
Right.
I mean, seriously. Because the things that were out in the late 70s, early 80s are things that have happened or are going to happen. And if not, they're already going to exist in the world we live in. We all watched the cartoon The Jetsons. Okay. Hovercraft. Of course, it was in Star Wars. We have that right now.
We do.
You know that we're going to be driving around in these machines, if we're alive, soon. I think I can see the writing on the wall with all of these things.
We'll all have a Rosie in our house.
Well, yeah.
So one of the first things that we've reverse engineered.
Yeah.
So lasers, compact disc players. There's this other technology with light, and it's a flashlight. It's really not that big. Some of them, you'll see some military vehicles have these panels on them. They're a little bit bigger, but they have something the size of a flashlight. You ever see those big mag lights?
Yes.
With a bigger head on it, and it has a couple of hundred different LEDs lighting in there, and each one of them goes off at a different frequency and cycles. And if you had a charging elephant coming at you and you pointed that at an elephant or a person, it would stop them instantaneously. It'd feel like their whole body's going on fire. That is technology reverse engineered. A lot of this stuff is reverse engineered, and it was used in our space program, of course.
Oh,
but
yeah.
what they did is they had different organizations, compartmentalize it. You do this, you do that, you get this, you get that. And then there's only a select small group that know what the hell it goes for, and then they put it together.
That's so true. And then they change the names. It's like the AASWAP goes to the AATIP, then goes to TTSA. It's like, come on,
we need
the
a
Black
TPS
Budget
report.
projects are just
Right. So one of the first crafts they reverse engineered was, and it's still available, it's being used, it's gotten better though,
TR3B?
is the TR3B.
Yes.
And matter of fact, I don't even know if it's available, but I was talking about this, and I remember a couple years ago, whatever, October 7th, when all that crap's going on in the Middle East between Israel and Iran launched ballistic missiles into Israel. I'm watching it because it was late at night. I'm like, what the hell's going to happen? It's the most exciting stuff ever. And I was like, holy crap, that's a TR3B.
I knew
And
someone who flew one.
well, that's kind of cool.
He was in the Tom DeLonge's secret spelled machines, but and he had a whole backstory, but there was a group that we were all involved that got pulled in on Twitter, and he released everything. It was totally checked out and legit, but I
Called
we've
Tom
had that
DeLonge,
technology a long
bullshit
time.
182.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge is. this guy was the one that he wrote, and he was not a real big favor. I do not like the TTSA. I do not like their disclosure. None of them do I agree with. But this guy, he was kind of, and he sent everything. He was in it for more answers, and I think that he started seeing that towards the end too. But I agree.
I mean, I'm going to my thing right now. I think I have a playlist called UFOs. On my because I post whatever I can post on my YouTube, and there should be a playlist. I can't find it right now, but in it you actually during that war they use a TR-3B to shoot down these ballistic missiles. And what was interesting is I was talking to Mr. Dave Scott, and we were talking about this on the show, Spaced Out Radio. And I said, yeah, they used it. It was right there, right in front of your face. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a TR-3B. And Dave knew about it. One of his contacts goes, you're going to want to watch the news. And he watched the news. He went, holy shit. So anytime you got a UFO and it's real nice and clear, that's not an alien UFO. That's one of ours. They purposely do that. Extraterrestrials have been hiding for a long while, and they're not coming out of that hiding unless they want to do that.
I don't think they can interfere with our timeline. I think that there's like rules to that.
No, I mean there's rules. It's kind of like when you're doing something really evil, you always have to ask for permission. And if no one balks at it, then they're free to go. And it's really crazy. Everything evil that has taken place the last 5 years of our lives, they literally have told you they were going to do it, and nobody balked at it.
Yeah, no, I did, but no,
I did too. I mean, I moved to Florida to say, to protect my kids from something.
Oh and, gosh, we could probably exchange stories. You know what? And the repercussions are endless. They really are. For standing up and people don't realize.
Repercussions of what I protect my children from are seen on a daily basis. It just happened to Vanderbilt.
No, I mean like let's say your local community or like your local law enforcement or your city council members, like people like that. When you speak out, there are consequences. But what you did was the right thing, and you did, so I applaud you for that. I same thing here.
Yeah, well, I'm doing the best I can. I mean, I found out a bunch of probably 20 years ago. My mom is on the phone with cousins she hasn't talked to for ages in California. And she goes, what did you create? I was like, oh, we designed and built the stealth bomber and fighter. And I'm like, what? And then I was doing something in the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Oh, the stealth fighter. I'm talking to my son, and I'm like, can you ask them where did they build it? And she said they got on a plane in California. It was all white, and they flew someplace, and they did their work, and then they flew back home. Guess where they were? Area 51.
I believe
that's where they were being built and designed. So, there is still an Area 51. But a lot of this stuff has been moved to other areas. Wright-Patterson is a big area for all this crap.
I would have to think that Area 51 is kind of desolate now.
No, they do testing out there. They're still testing, but they own so much of the range.
Yes, you know what I mean? It's just new. It's just mundane. It's nothing big going on there today.
You know what? I'd say that, but that haunted thing that I had, that voltmeter, was traced back to Area 51. So,
that's cool.
No, I had to spray it with holy water. It about broke my wrist in two. Like, I'm convinced it was so much crazy stuff was happening that I finally had to. I sprayed it with holy water. It busted the cross when I did it. It broke it and then swung around. Yeah, it was like something out of like a poltergeist movie. And I was like, oh my God.
Wow. I know.
Yeah, where do you shop for your gifts? Like, what store is this?
No, my buddy shows up with it at Christmas time. My buddy Tim, and he's a aerospace engineer for. I probably shouldn't say he works for it's around here, but anyway, he brings it and he's like, hey, this about burned down my house, and he's like, it's haunted. We got it from a flea market, but it about burned down my house. And I was
Well,
like,
there you go, flea market.
well, yeah, but
Oh,
that's when
yeah.
we looked it up. I was like, so
Yeah.
I think his parents may have gotten it for him, thinking because he's into electronics and stuff like that. But he brought it, and he's like, he's got Asperger's, so he's like, he's really adamant. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll take it. Like I thought at that time, hey, the cool haunted item, but I didn't realize how crazy it was. I did not realize the control and the power that thing had. And when it literally
Right.
had, I'm convinced it like had me down. I reached over the car seat, and and I've done it a bazillion times, and the seat kept going and going and I thought I was gonna snap my wrist. It really did.
Did you? I mean, I don't know how religious you are and what your religion but a lot of times when people invoke the name of Jesus, that does do something to it.
Well, the holy water, it didn't like the holy water. Did not. It finally, the lid busted off, and then it was gone. But the weird thing is that a family member started acting pretty bizarre shortly after that. So
maybe it attached itself to it, and then I don't know. I don't mess with stuff like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I'll-
get it. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
Well, some family member. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but some family members, I've gotten their jewelry, and they never had a really great existence.
Yeah.
You put it on, and shit happens, and I'm like, no, take that. Off.
And I hate to refer back to this, and I'll just keep it very brief. I'm not into, and unfortunately, I like looking at these trinkets. I like buying I like going to the thrift store. It's called.
Yeah, I know about your hobbies.
But yeah, and I collected all these things back in the when I was married, and cool stuff. I'm not getting into the story, but guess what? It was attached. It was haunted. It brought shadow people into the house. And I only knew this
because that she had like trinkets or like the.
Yeah, I bought like witches. I bought stagecoaches, horses. I bought anything that looked weird and crazy. And so I collected all this stuff over a period of years, and I put it in a box in the garage until me and the wife, we bought these curio cabinets and put it in a room. And then we took them from the garage and we set them all up. Within 2 weeks of putting all this stuff we collected in 2 years from antique shops, garage sales, everything, wherever, I started seeing shadow people. And I didn't tell the wife. And then I was thinking I was going crazy. And my wife came up to me and says, "Hey, Rob, man, I got to tell you something." I go, "What?" And it was so funny because during this whole experience, she and I drifted way apart, really negative. There was other circumstances. However, yeah, she was telling me about the shadow people. Then I started seeing them out of the corner of my eyes during the daytime. One day I got home from work from where I was working.
That seemed normal. You get home from where you're working, home from work where you're working.
I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car at the time. So anyway, so when I got home, she had this psychic medium or something. I don't know what it was, Brian Coley, people listening. It was back in the day. So we're walking through the house and everything was fine until we went into the room where the curio cabinets were with all these trinkets. This woman got really cold and crazy. "Oh my God, this is the source of the evil," she says, right?
Oh boy.
I'm like, "Get the F out of here. Here's your $50. Thank you." But you know what, man?
He remembers how much it costs. That's
Oh,
even
God.
funnier.
Yeah, but you
All these
stop.
years later, the $50.
Stop. I remember.
Get out of my house.
Yeah. I
Over
grabbed the wife's
price.
checkbook. Yes. So anyway, bottom line is I saw the shadow people, got rid of the objects finally, put them in the garage. They went away until I discovered the shadow people later that spring in my garage. So again, what I'm saying is, long story short, these things are all attachments from the past and from other places. We don't know where they come from. We don't know what's put on them. And if you buy this stuff, I'm a firm believer. Don't buy it or get it cleansed. Take it to whoever. And am I right or wrong, Brian? I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Every person that you have a co-host with, Monica, Brandy, Krista, when they co-host and you tell one of these, they're like, what the F are you doing? Stop buying garbage from, because they know it's the truth. If you know what, there are some really beautiful things out there. We have a place called Faith
tremendous.
Something around the corner from here where, when grandma and grandpa pass away or whatever, you want to sell the place, they'll come and pick up your furniture and they sell it to help their church. Beautiful. There's some beautiful pieces in there, but when you walk through and you touch, like, wow, this is beautiful. And especially if you have some gift, I've touched some shit and I'm like, stay the hell away from that cabinet right there. You can feel it. But this goes back to, let's go back to the jinn who were walking this earth before God said, let there be light, and made man, and then took a rib and made a woman. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And
yeah, right.
they believe in something called the Arabs or Middle Eastern Muslims believe in the jinn, DJIN, I believe it's spelled. These are entities that have prowled the earth and ruled the earth until God said, F you, we're putting humans there. They don't like us. Those are the beasts, or what they call the demons, that helped build Solomon's temple when he had the ring and he was controlling them to build the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, right? So the whole thing about a genie lamp, right? Where do you think the word genie comes from? It's jinn.
It's jinn.
They get locked in a lamp, or they get locked in that cabinet you bought from the really sweet old lady on Route 7, didn't tell you that, oh, by the way, I practice black magic and I put something into your cabinet.
Well, do you know, we just the other night had Patrick Cross on, and he's the paranormal, and he had a haunted guitar, and I said, when that thing, he lit it on fire, but he said a guy pulled up and ran up and grabbed it out, and I was like, did you stop him? And he's like, no, that thing was gonna jump, and it, like, he was very honest about it, but I was like, what do you do? Like, I get, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, guitars would be a little bit tough. I love guitars.
Yeah, well, I know
many guitar from being
but like just not telling people that there's a haunted item, or that, like, I guess disclosing, like you see if I saw that voltmeter box take off, I don't know as if I would have stopped it either. I would have been just probably like this,
It's intriguing, but this goes, all this stuff is very intriguing. It's like, wow, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's really bad and freaky, but it's kind of cool. Can we put something around it? And there are people that are skilled enough and know the true form of magic and protection and other things that can put something around it to contain it. But once these things have an opportunity to go bing and get out, you're not going to contain it.
Yeah.
And then you have some major league problems. Like when you said you and your wife were getting nasty to each other, that's one of the major signs that something ain't working.
Well, not only that, it was, hey, not only that, she was doing shitty at her job. I was,
yeah,
I was losing my damage waivers. Sales were floundering. That's what I was selling at Enterprise.
These entities survive off of bad and shitty, and they're not even like, when people start talking about demons,
skip past us because you said it, and I'm in tears over here. So I apologize. I think I've got my composure back.
No, she's doing shitty at her job. That's what they do. They make
it suck. It was a bad time. It was just, it was everybody I know. A lot of people died. 2 people died in 4 months.
Oh, it's the more the merrier for these things. They can take out as much as possible.
And I got to tell you, I was really scared. I really was. I never told the wife. I had this room. It was darker than dark, Brian. And there was now the back wall was all a mirror. I put up these mirror tiles. to make the room look bigger.
So you had a black or dark room with mirror tiles on only one
I had
wall?
a room, but I could shade it out with these shades, right? That made it really dark. And then on the back wall, I tried to figure out what to do with it. So I put up all these mirror tiles.
Very 70s of you. Keep going.
Very,
God.
yes.
Where did you put these mirror
I
tiles
put
at?
shag
On
carpet
one of
in
the
and
back walls, I had
70s
a
tiles.
square room. I
Yeah.
reconverted a garage, an oversized 2-car garage, into my area.
Oh,
I bet.
you have
And
a
on
hot,
the far back wall was all mirror tiles.
you have a water
'Cause I
bed in
thought
there
it looked
too?
cool. It looks so cool, you guys. Especially with it just looks badass. So again, getting off of my getting out of my creative artistic design. I'm sitting in this room, and I swear it was dark in the room because I had these shades that were blacking out everything. Very dark. So I'm sitting in there. It's where I used to go just to be by myself. And then the darkness of the dark from the back mirrors, something exceeded the darkness, which was darker than the darkness. And it was a humanoid figure. And it went from the ground to the top. And this was a 12 foot in length from the ground to the top. And it was huge. And it started something coming toward me. And then it kind of disappeared. And I got to tell you, man, and I saw it like every other day in there. I stopped going in there.
How what around what year was this, if you remember?
Oh, jeez. It was a long time ago. I was like 26, so that made me, I don't
Like
know,
90 something?
90s. It was not 2000 yet.
It
No.
was getting close, right?
Yep.
In,
Get
near
close
Michigan?
to Y2K. It was in Michigan, yeah.
How close are you to universities near you?
I went to school 45 minutes north or west, and then
Okay,
there
but
was
major,
and across from me was a Catholic church, by the way, which is crazy.
that's interesting. But do you have major universities within your area, like close?
Not where I lived at that time, no. They're
No,
all
okay.
way out.
How close were you to Chicago?
547 miles.
That's nothing. Well,
Really?
yeah, that actually it's nothing in regards to this. So, do you know where the first collider was built? The big particle accelerators? It's Firm Lab, and it was huge over in Illinois.
Oh,
And when
yeah.
that happened, it was ramped up in the late 90s.
Mm.
As soon as they ramped it up, they shut it the fuck down because something happened. And that was the same time where Fiona Broom, who was a paranormal researcher, said, I thought Mandela was dead. That's where you get the Mandela effect. So I explain it as this is our timeline. This is another timeline. Right?
Yes, that's the way I think too. And if
Yeah,
you can go
so-
one step further, the Mayan calendar, when it ends, it like in some parts of the world, if we went to where is it? It'd be 7 years behind. I'd be 7 years younger.
Some places
Like
maybe
Ethiopia, yeah, right. So it would have
So-
matched up to 2020 when that whole thing, the Mayan calendar. I was like, oh no, for sure, we
Could
totally
have.
busted
I'm
timelines.
looking for, I had another deck of cards, but so the whole point is when you play with colliders, this is what's happening with CERN right now over in Europe. Fucking idiots. They
I
figured
know.
out that you create these pockets and portals, and the explosion in the particle accelerator also explodes certain parts of your timeline and the timelines around you.
Mm.
So if this is A and this is B, and we get to join again, right? When it comes in, so this is A and this is B. What happens is part of B, the top part of B gets back connected to the top part of A, and the top part of A gets connected to the top part of B. So we have bits and pieces of each timeline mixed with each other. That's why some of us remembered the cornucopia from Fruit of the Loom, because they had it up to that point when they fucking blew the timelines apart. When they rejoined, we got the B timeline. So I remember the cornucopia. Now we don't have one. On the other timeline, they never had a cornucopia, and now they have one because they have our top part of that timeline.
Oh,
But when you mess with timelines and dimensions, we all know this. If you ever broke anything, your mom's, and you think you're going to be slick or your dad's, I'll
Yeah.
glue it back together.
oh yeah, I
And you
tried
glue it
that.
back
I
together.
know. Not the
Yeah.
same.
You get these holes in it, right? See the holes in between the two fingers.
Yeah.
You'll never get it perfect. And then these interdimensional beings, shadow people, black-eyed children,
Oh man.
flying humanoids, Chicago, they see this crack and they're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, let's go. And they get through the crack, and then they go, oh.
Mm.
And they start getting people, and as soon as the fear kicks in, because they eat fear.
Fear is their energy. They
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So it's
They
like Monster
feast
Inc.
upon it.
Sully comes in, the kid's like, holy crap, and the battery charges up, and then they split. Well, in this case, they want you as fearful as possible. That's why it comes at you,
yes.
and you start fearing,
got a
freaking out.
demon
They
Yes.
their source,
You know,
and then
And
once
you know,
you break that, gone.
that's a great point, Brian, because I was a kid, my mid 20s. I knew nothing about anything.
Yeah.
But today, man, if anybody comes on this, because I'm more scared of other things than the paranormal. I don't like spiders. I did a show
Oh.
Thursday. I gave everybody trauma over spiders coming out of arms of folks.
Oh my
and stuff.
god, yeah.
So, but
Rob's trauma hour.
yeah, it was trauma hour. But here's the thing though. But today, Brian, and tell me if I'm making sense.
Right.
If I am ever getting accosted by something that I think is maybe nefarious, let's call it. And instead of showing the fear and showing that you're scared, you have to, I don't want to say attack it, but you have to hit it head on and say, get out of here. I don't
Okay.
want no part of you. Is that
100%.
wrong or right?
No, that's right. If you're a spiritual person, whatever your spiritual God is,
Yeah.
or the higher power, some people invoke Archangel Michael. I love Michael. Have my own little relationship with Michael. I have a relationship with Jesus. I have a relationship with God. You got to go head on with it because it lives on fear and worry, right? And if you're not fearful, it's like, oh shit, I'm done. And then they got to go. My very first experience with a shadow person was crazy. It was before many years ago. And almost over 2 decades ago, I was part of a group that would meet up in New York, Yonkers, New York, once a month, and we talk about all this weird shit. And it was really interesting because the reason why I got to this group is someone made me a bet I wouldn't go. And I walked into this group and I was like, holy shit, this is like a live episode of the X-Files with all those people sitting in the gym talking about some crazy shit that happened to them. But because of that, I became very good friends with a bunch of people, very famous people. One of my friends is Rosemary Ellen Guiley, who is an amazing researcher, investigator, author, investigator, good friends with John Zaffis, wonderful woman. Probably one of the best in the paranormal fields ever. Unfortunately passed away though. So the night before that, this was Tuesday going into Wednesday. My other half went to bed and we shut off all the lights in the house. We never kept lights on. Why the hell do I want to pay that electric bill? Now I knew what my dad was like. Who turned those lights on? Well, shut the fucking light off. It was really expensive in New York, right? So she's sleeping for a while and I'm using the restroom before going to bed. And before I get out of the bathroom, I shut the light off in the bathroom and I wait, and your eyes will adjust to the dark. That's what happens, right? So my eyes adjust to the dark and we have some lights. We don't have like heavy covering over the windows. And it's in New York City. So you kind of the outskirts, one of the boroughs, and you get filter from the highway that's near me and some other lights. So it does lighten up enough where you can kind of see in the dark. So I go out of the bathroom, I walk down the hall, and my door is right there. And I open that door to the bedroom, and standing in front of me, just like Rob described, blacker than the black. That was this
Yes.
space was a head and these two shoulders.
Oh,
I'm
man,
6'1", it was
dude.
about 6'6", and I was like this, and I went, "Oh," and I just took a shot at it. I'm
Oh,
like, what
man.
the hell was that? And when I walked in, and you had to walk in and then go to the right to where that's where the bed was, I saw this other being leaning over my wife at the time there. And I looked, I'm like, oh, hell no. And I ran right at it. And I swear to you, I will swear that I heard it say, oh shit. And then it went and it disappeared. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right. I was like bugging out. My dog didn't do shit. He was just lying in bed, whatever. And I'm like, dude, what's Spuds McKenzie? Why don't you do something, right?
Yeah.
He's a bull terrier. The next night, Rosemary comes in and she's talking about the jinn. And the jinn are, like we just discussed, they've been on the planet. And basically, they can transform themselves into anything they so desire, because if it fucks you up, that's in their best interest to get you out. They can pretend to be demons, monsters, you name it, whatever it is, and they will go after you. Okay? Because they don't like human or man. Not like man versus female, man as in mankind, because God screwed around with them. So Rosemary starts talking about the jinn and shadow people, and I said, there are no coincidences. She,
None.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
none, man. I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah, the first ever experience I had with a shadow person, I said, Rosemary, was last night, the night before coming here, and I literally went at one. And she goes, yeah, there are no coincidences, which I knew that already,
No, it's so funny, man. Yeah, we could go on.
Well, there was somebody there, Valdo de Bears, who wrote deja vu is when your various timelines cross. That is correct. Deja vu is you connecting to your other timelines. Here, I'm going to give you another little one. Who's had I didn't mean to interrupt you, Rob. Can we get a camera back there? Can we get somebody in the production? Get a camera behind where Rob is right now?
We need to know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
For sure. He needs a body cam. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a body cam on him. He's this is probably like if his mic's open. What's going on, Rob? What's going on? I'm joking. But I have all the sound effects.
Well, on top of everything, what don't you do, Brian? I mean, you're
I just do everything. Like I love we just joking around because we don't censor anything, like that, like, well, he's such a asshole or whatever, you just throw it. But if you've ever felt when you're sleeping like you're dropped in a plane or on a roller coaster, that feeling and your stomach drops.
Yes.
Okay. What's happening is when your body and your outer body is coming back into your body. And it does that. That's the jolt. So when you feel that, you were out of your body prior to coming back. And we do this every night. Everybody gets out of their body every night. And they upload to source. And then they get downloads for things that are going to take place within a certain time period thereafter when you wake up.
Glad you could join us, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard your mic open.
I was looking for the BMR dash cam.
I'm only playing around with you. Yeah. So just so you know, that's when you sleep at night, you connect to source and you give an upload. It's like uploading to the cloud. And then they look at what you need to do for your next part of your path. They will download certain things to you. And sometimes you kind of have a vague memory of what they want you to do or what you've done. And they'll give it to you in a dream. Or if you wake up and you have a real experience where you say, Coley was here with Rob and we were drinking shot after shot after shot. And she was wearing, and you can go into all the detail, then you actually did that. There are
Mm.
dreams and there are
Oh, well,
experiences.
you know what? I don't want to get started on that. You know about my poker
Shut up.
playing experience.
The poker? Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
when I was in Vegas, and I wasn't in Vegas, I was home. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Rob
what's your
does
take
catch
on that,
poker every
Brian?
day.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Say it again.
Sin
Say that
City?
again.
Oh, Sin City? You thought that he, was that like, sitting around at the table with the devil, or what
Yeah,
is
well, he had her body. He was there, and he was actually doing it. Because when you're there, there was a reason behind him doing it.
Mm.
He had an experience, not a pleasant one, a certain part of that, right?
Well,
And
no, not at all.
right. And he needed to have that dream experience. And others needed to validate the experience, so he got it. And that's why
And
people saw him and they say, "Oh, your brother was just here."
yeah, for people who don't know, I'm not going to tell the story. I was having a dream about playing poker with the devil,
Yeah, you
and he
were.
took me to the lake of fire. And it was this place in Vegas where I frequent quite often for like a decade with actually my brother and sister-in-law. And they happened to be in Vegas. And then I woke up in this cold sweat. I immediately did a show just to tell everybody and report on it because I was really frightened. I happened to go live, and my brother see me go live, and he sends me a text. Are you in Vegas? You're not in Vegas. You're doing a show at your house. So they went to the casino that I was allegedly at in my dream. It was the Flamingo in Las Vegas. And two people, a bartender and the dealer of the table where I was allegedly sitting there playing cards with some creepy guy, ID'd me as playing cards. They told my brother, I just saw your brother. Leave out of here. You lost a big hand.
it
And I
wasn't the
was
guy
Well,
off Pawn Stars, right?
no, it was not. It wasn't Rick.
Wasn't
And
Rick?
I
You weren't selling
and
something in the shop.
so I told Brian this, and he says that I was there.
You were there.
So I was trying to practice the art of astral projecting, which I'm almost there. And you know that, Brian.
Yeah,
I've
you
gone
are.
places.
Yeah. It's very interesting. You were on a path that was going to take you to a place that you really no, it wasn't going to be a good thing. But you needed to have
No.
that experience to
No.
say, I got to back off a little bit,
Yeah.
change my direction and my the way I
Yeah.
look at things.
No,
That was
man.
just like what was weird is 2 years ago. I think it's 2 years. I mean, like as you get to a certain point, every fucking year seems like last year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird shit happening. It felt like satanic stuff and evil, and you could just feel it in the air. And I was talking to a guy, on TikTok. What I do in TikTok and Instagram is there's no way to really save it. It's too much of every time you try to press something to get the link to save it or whatever, it always got fucked up. So what I usually did was hit the plus button. So I followed them and I tried to heart something of theirs so that if you catch them again or you look at somebody up, you can see it. Long story short, the name of the person that I don't even remember talking to this guy, called Astar, Astar. And he was a Middle Eastern guy, and he looked not like a nice guy. Actually, when he popped in, just prior to him popping into that like a chat on Instagram, on TikTok, the end of the 3 digits at the end of my email were 666. My car's odometer was 666, and there was another 666 someplace else. And then this guy pops in and he says something to me, and I kind of have a chat with him, like, I don't really know what you're talking about, whatever. And said, "Oh, you're a friend of somebody." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And then the next thing he said, he was Middle Eastern. He goes, well, you're, basically tells him he's going to cut my head off. Yeah, go figure. So I'm like, okay, that's
You
kind
win
of
some, you
effed up.
lose some. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that got immediately reported to people I know within the government. But after that, again, 666 all over the suppression. My friend calls me up and goes, "You need to start praying. There's attacks taking place. You're being attacked." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I do my prayers, whatever it is. And I said, I need a break from this shit. So I this was happening for a couple of days. And then 2 days later, I go and sit in my room and I'm like, I want to watch a movie where I could laugh and enjoy it. So I watched the movie Running Scared. It's with Billy Crystal, Gregory Hines. They're two cops. It's a comedy and a drama. It's freaking awesome. And there's this scene where it's about 10 something at night. And I'm sitting in my office and I'm watching on the TV and the camera pulls down. It says Jesus Saves on a big cross in Chicago. Okay. It's right in Chicago. You can go find it. Camera pulls down and it zooms in away from that cross at these three guys walking in the street, and they're walking in front of another establishment. It's Billy Crystal, Gregory Hines, and the other character. And that other restaurant is the 666 Lounge.
Yeah, there you go, Brian.
So I'm like,
There it
okay,
is. There it is.
F this shit. I'm done. I put it on pause. I said, you know what? I need something. I don't do treats. I said, I'm gonna go out. I go drive out of my complex to the racetrack gas station. I'm sitting in there. I park. At the side entrance, there's a guy sitting there in a blood red shirt, black pants, black man, wearing sunglasses. It's 10:45 at night.
Oh, wow.
And I got a vibe off this guy. I'm like, who the hell is this? And he goes, can you get to the Bright Line from here? No, the Bright Line's a train. Goes all throughout the state of Florida.
Oh,
hold on one second. I will shut up in a second.
No,
and I go, no. And I get this really bad. And this guy, I'm like, this motherfucker's the devil.
Yeah, man.
And I got that feeling, the vibe. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can walk it. I said, no, you can't walk it. You want to call a cab. And it just instantaneously, and he gave me a smile, little teeth.
Yeah.
Like you know who I am.
Yeah.
So I said, no, you can't. And I said, myself, Brian, get yourself out of here.
Yeah.
I went inside. I grabbed two items. Oh, this is crazy. I grabbed a Fanta soda.
Okay.
One of these.
The Nazi Fantas.
And a Twinkie. Okay?
Oh, God. Great combo.
Fanta and a Twinkie. Great combo, whatever. I don't normally do the sugar thing like that. I get up to
That's what they used to call them. Wasn't it the Nazi Fanta? That was like a thing.
It could be Fanta, Nazi. They probably are.
I think they used to because of the cornstarch that they used to put, or the.
Oh, I forgot about that. I go up to pay it. The bill comes out. It's $6.66.
Oh God, run!
Oh, just man. You got to be funny. So before I go out, I say the Holy St. Michael prayer, and I said, "Yo, boy, I need your ass right now." And he wanted me to drive him down. That guy went,
"Yeah,
he's like, can you play a fiddle?" No, I can't play a fucking fiddle.
No, but
I can play the guitar, but not like whatever. But sometimes, and I posted on Facebook. I talked to the devil today, and I told him to go to fucking hell. And I posted that, and I wasn't kidding.
No, good for you, man. You got to put it back in the universe.
Yeah, seriously.
You was just screwed from Facebook.
Right. And this is like with Rob's thing, things were all pointing to, they were trying to manipulate him to the point to get him someplace. And he was like, no.
And the one thing that I didn't tell that story, because it's about a 20-minute story. I'm not doing it on this show, but people have heard it. But the one thing you brought up that I should tell everybody is when I lost cards in that hand in Vegas, I lost to that creepy guy that introduced himself as the devil to me. He had 3 6s. He beat me with 3 6s.
See?
Three of a kind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, and it's funny because when I got up and left away, he followed me and he put his hand on my shoulder. Then all of a sudden, the hallway I'm walking down turned to darkness. Then I turned around, he morphed into my dad, and he says, "Son, I'll save you." And then then my dad's hand gripped my hand and started pulling me. And then all of a
Ooh.
sudden, beneath me, the lake of fire opened up, and then it went back to that devilish guy. He says, "I'm taking you to hell." And then
Yeah.
that's when I snapped up out of it. And I was more freaked out than anything. And the funny thing, 2 months prior to that, when I was trying to astral project, I was meditating. I'm in this room, and all of a sudden, I'm in this chair, and all of a sudden, all this this gray swirling smoke is revolving around my chair.
Right.
And this happened a month prior, and I could not move or get out of it. This time, I was able to get up out of my chair, and I'm walking, and I'm crawling from my chair down this hallway in my house, trying to find. I'm following the path of this smoke. And then I just looked over my shoulder back at the chair that I thought I got out of. I never left the chair because when I looked over my shoulder, my physical body was still in the chair. And I'm on the ground crawling, but I see myself in a chair, man. And I freaked and woke up. And when I woke up, I was sitting back in the chair. So, Brian, you
Yeah.
told me, I told you that story. I was again right there. I was probably out of body. And again, doing that astral projection. You guys don't ask me why I'm trying to do this. I've since stopped, trust me, because I've had 2 bad experiences.
Yeah.
But it's very
Spiritual
cool.
Ascension wants to know if you've repeated since the dream. Have
I
you
get
done it
repeated
again?
Have you
I get
done?
yeah, all the time.
No, but have
I
you
get
repeated like leaving your body? Like I've seen that when I had an ET experience. I could see myself, but when I could see them, it was through myself that I could. I don't know.
I will
Yeah,
honestly
it's
answer that question by saying this: those 2 experiences, I definitely saw myself, and or whatever. Well, I didn't see myself in playing the cards, just on the chair. But people don't understand this about me. People that follow my channel do, and Brian can attest. My dreams are so vivid; it's like I'm always there. I mean, I have dreams that are like watching us on TV here.
yeah.
They're very vivid. They're very
So
alive. I think I'm there. I think it's me. I do. But then I'm to the point today, you guys, where I recognize this is only a dream.
Can you
it's
tell the
not a dream.
difference at the time? Yeah,
Now I can. I could not a while ago.
So, like I said before, you have dreams and then you have experiences,
Yes,
and what you are doing is
yes.
an experience. And the reason why you're doing this is you probably, if you contacted Rob 15 years ago,
Yeah.
20 years ago, he would be like, "You're crazy,"
Yes.
because he was not in this. But you awoke up on a path that
Mm.
your third eye started to wake up. You became more of a light worker. So you have work to do, and what you're doing now, actually, I believe, Coley, you are in the same thing. We're supposed to be doing this to disseminate all this stuff and meet with everybody that's here, because we're supposed to be providing this pathway information. So when you go to sleep, you're technically at rest, but when you have vivid dreams, and you can go into every detail, that is a real experience. And if you wake up from your dream even more tired than when you went to bed, you were doing something in those.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about that, Brian, I never told nobody this, and I just realized this when I have those dreams, I am dead to the world for about 24 hours.
Exactly, because you weren't physically there, your body, but your consciousness, your essence was working, and the way your body digests it as physical, so it'll then go from psychosomatic into muscles, and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired." Yeah, because you're doing it. I have a couple of people on my friends list that are hybrids, and I'm not going to tell you who they are, but I do have hybrids, ETs, whatever you want to call it. And there was one time, literally during the beginning of the COVID or whatever it was, everything was dark. And I literally appeared in this control room, and I could see the control, and I had these windows here, and I could see out, and there's this mountainous rocky area. It's dark, and then there's a tall cliff, and on top of it is a craft. And what was happening is we were charged with getting these people that were in the darkest point to the craft to escape. And one of the entities that I met there is one of the guys that's hybrid on my friends list in Facebook. And he's like, he was there with another female, and he goes, when I tell you, you press this button. And I said, okay, when you I'll press it. He goes, what did I say? I said, when I tell you, and he kept repeating. He's an obnoxious, in real life, this is him. And I can tell you exactly what he was wearing. I can tell you what the girl was wearing. And I could see it. It goes, yeah, okay, I got it. And I watch him, and there's like some action going on in the distance. And he gets to a certain point, people get in the craft, and he says, now, and I'm just do it. And once it's done, I know the craft kind of comes down off the mountain. It looks like it's going to crash, but I wake up. And I was like, holy crap, thanks for on Facebook. Thanks for so-and-so being in my freaking dream last night. Yeah, I know. I waited till you tell you, press the fucking button. And he calls me on the phone, and he goes, dude, you were there. And I go, yeah. He goes, my whole night was that. And then he told me what was going on. Like, he goes, dude, we were having a firefight, and I was getting all these people out. And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. So he proved what I was saying.
Obvious, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like he was bugged out. He's like, you really were there. And I go, yeah. I go, who's the girl? And he goes, I can't tell you.
No,
I'm like, okay. But he's one of those where I don't need to know. I'm not dying of curiosity. But it's pretty weird when you have these things and you wake up, you're like, holy shit, I'm fucking tired. You can't, I wake up, I get visions of trains, I see the train crashing, and I'm like, I can't discern if it's commuter or not. And I go, hey, if you guys are taking a train today, please be careful. Stay more towards the middle. Don't sit at the ends. I had a visual that a train may crash, and I post it. And one of my buddies is Andy McGrath. He's the host of Weird Britain over in the UK. And he's really sensible. He will analyze things. Very logical, wonderful human being. Great guy. And he goes, well, I guess, didn't you just predict this? Because he's skeptical on things. And I looked at it, and I wasn't even paying attention. It was under 24 hours, and there was a commuter plane crash. Maybe.
The Supercast. I've never seen somebody on a show before. And
I sent that to the SNX side. Yeah.
Oh,
I do that.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I'm sitting there and I'm on the show. I'm like, Super Chat's open.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
but
actually, my phone, when I did that, it said the Sugar Cat's open. I had to change it.
Cat's open.
I know. It would have been another BMR-ism.
You would have BMR'd
pretty
it
good.
again.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's not bad at
Benno
all.
out there, was it Bruno that you BMR'd him yesterday?
Probably.
Yeah.
Benno remembers.
Of course he does.
Let us
Benno's great. What's going on, Benno?
Benno's awesome.
Yeah,
I got to say something to you guys. We got this
Sure.
streaming on my show, Brian's, and Coley's, and there's a nice turnout, you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
blow
thanks
it up.
everybody for the collaboration.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck.
showing. Are you guys? I'm showing 176 like for numbers on this end, and that doesn't include Twitter.
That's
No, I'm
great.
looking at the combined shows. I looked at about 30 minutes ago, and there was like 407 people watching live collectively. I don't know what
Very
shows.
cool.
I mean, I don't have that many I'm
Well, no, I was
trying to
listening
build up
live.
mine, but
Well,
you
no, I was
guys,
listening collectively. Overall, three. I
yeah,
did a quick. I know how to do it now.
I'm not
Good.
worthy.
I'm getting good. I'm
So
getting good at
who
the analytics.
upgraded BMR over there? Like, gave you the
I learned.
technology
Dave Scott
lesson?
showed me how to do it. Okay, Dave Scott's where I get all my information from.
Dave Scott's great, but I'm just going to spin it back a little bit. So one of the reasons with Freemasonry, everybody's like, well, Freemasons. Really, the Knights Templars are and there's like 1,700 different versions of them. I go along the lines of what Timothy Hogan, who is the Grand Master of the Knights Templars, and he's the Order of the Temple of Secret Initiates. That's who he's it's about secrets and esoterica and information and alchemy and all this other stuff. They address a lot of that stuff, the esoteric side of it. And the Knights Templars, once they've discovered truth that the King of France is a prick and the Pope's a piece of whatever, and they discovered that those guys are about control. This is about what Jesus was learning and all this inner knowledge and information that makes us one with the universe and really connects us. They went and they started doing their own thing. So when you look for esoterica or things like the meaning of like how BMR met the devil, these are, it's part of Rosicrucianism, Martinism, Templarism. It's it's really learning the secrets of everything.
Yes.
So it's good. It works out pretty good that way.
It
And that's
does.
why,
You know what?
yes, sir.
I don't know how long you want to go, but I had a
Oh,
question
good.
from like
Whenever
an
you
hour or
want me
two.
to shut up, I'll shut up.
I had a question from an hour or two ago. Yeah.
How do you remember?
I'm sorry.
Coley, I don't know how. I said my IQ 78 for God's sakes. So, anyways, with the Knight Templars or
Yes, sir.
Freemasons, it doesn't matter. I know they're different, but the same, and I know it doesn't make any sense. What were their viewpoints? I mean, is there any folks in these societies, Brian, that investigate, or what's their take on all this paranormal cryptid stuff, UFO stuff? Is that something that is shunned on or something that's embraced?
This is the problem. Some of them will embrace it because what they're doing is there's like Tim Hogan's version of it with his organization. They're all about the alchemy keys, and part of that is vibration, frequency, sound, resonance, waking up. And they're gonna reveal things. There's a point in time when they are supposed to reveal some of these secrets, and you only do that when people are wise, worthy, and well qualified. And people are now starting to wake up to it. Here's something I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine about not that long ago, because the Pope. Oh, I don't want to get anybody upset with my comments, but the person known as the Pope invited the Knights Templars back to church, and you saw these guys on horseback wearing the white tunics and all that other crap, and they're going to the true Knights Templars would never go back in that building whatsoever. They don't need redemption from
Right.
heretics.
Okay.
And so there'll come a time when a lot of this stuff will come to light for all the people, and they may be the ones helping to do it. Select groups like Rosicrucianism and Martinism and all these different isms that are like, Josh Turner talks it. This is the mystical side of everything. This is the theory that all knowledge is derived from sense experiences, and people are just not able to handle it. I posted a joke on Facebook, and I got people, you think lung cancer is funny? And I'm like, it's a fucking joke. Take the stick out of your ass.
Yeah.
I know.
People
I
cannot discern
know.
between
I
reality
know. I
and other
know.
stuff. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck is
If you
going
didn't
on?
have a sense of humor about some of this stuff, I have bad jokes, believe me, all day long. But I mean, if you can't make a joke about something,
If you don't have a bad joke, get out of town.
It's just when you can't discern.
once in a while I have a bad one.
We live in a
Well,
world.
once in a while, yeah.
We live in a world where bullshit and lies is now considered truth, and truth
Mhm.
is considered
Oh,
false.
yes, absolutely.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
So
Cole.
true. No,
But,
this is
no,
so
you-
true.
You
Yeah.
speak the truth on that one. Were the Knights
Yeah.
Templars back in the day, Brian, involved with any of the eradication of the witch trials?
No,
Okay. I
They-
know
they-
people ask me that, and I have no idea what to tell
No.
them.
someone wrote something about the Rosicrucians. I didn't say Rosicrucians. Yeah, they're very interesting, and it's about healing. And Tim Hogan gets a little bit out there, and some people, this guy's crazy or whatever. But when the Templars in 13, I forgot what the year was, 13 something, I don't remember, 1313 or whatever it was, or
Yeah.
when the
13. Ooh.
yeah, well, what happened was King Philip owed the Knights Templars a ton of money. Like, he was heavily indebted to them. They started banking system and whatever. People loved them more. So he had the Pope declare them heretics on Friday the 13th of October 13th something. And that's why Friday the 13th is where it is. The Knights Templars were rounded up. And then after over speedy trials, Jacques de Molay was roasted at the spit for 3 days alive. Yes, they do have a lot to do with the Holy Grail. They discover what the Holy Grail is. It's not Monty Python's version, by the way, which is a good version of the Holy Grail. But the Holy Grail and part of that Holy Grail is the Holy Bloodline, but also it has to deal with women, and it's the Mary's line of stuff. And that's the Holy Grail. And in a male-dominated society that it was, no way women are going to have more power than men. So no one would have believed it.
Of course.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling you that part of this was, they were digging under the
I'm not handing over garbage duty or anything like that for the name of which I keep on.
right. Well, when they were digging the Temple Mount and they found the bones of Jesus and John the Baptist and Mary and others and other things, they knew that they had to protect them because they discovered the history and where this goes real long and deep, like studying and stuff. Jesus wasn't just in studying in the area called the Middle East. He learned from some of the Magi on the Arabic side, and some of the Vedas in the Indians. It was a lot more than this, and it's all these little secrets that to life. So yeah, Coley is queen.
Oh,
right
thank
there.
you. Hey, True Seeker, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I tried to post this as a super or a super cat, but
Super
they wouldn't
cat.
let me do it. I don't know. I guess they didn't like the emojis or what I was saying. So
The super cat. So
The super
if
cat.
you're not BMR'd, I don't know. BMR, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
we're gonna
But
need like a book here pretty soon.
we need another book. I mean, there's so much to it, and they're
Yes.
the Knights Templars. They are connected to the
Everything.
Atlanteans, which are connected to some Egyptian stuff, which is connected to. I mean, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And Tim Hogan, I think he says they have at least 7 or 9 Arks of the Covenant, like the Indiana Jones stuff, which are basically possibly nuclear reactors, power sources. It gets real crazy. Like everybody went goo goo gaga over the fact that, like, oh, there's something under the pyramids. No shit, Sherlock. We knew about that 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what it is. The pyramids weren't a burial chamber, it was a battery. And it was used with manna and some other stuff. That's where the alchemy comes in, where you know what to convert things to bring out the energy and power within. It's also with healing, and it gets really, really crazy. But this is what this whole field is about. And people are now arguing about, like, aliens are demons. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Right.
Don't put, and I'm trying not to disrespect anybody here. I do have faith in God and Judeo-Christian, blah, 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 right? That's what I'm ordained minister. This is what it is. You cannot put what that book says into, if you're in this field, you can't be here.
No.
Because anything that's not Jesus is a demon, and it doesn't work that way. Bigfoot's not a demon. Dogman's not a demon. I mean, they're pretty damn nasty. Rakes are. It's not demons. Demons are demons.
Yes.
And they don't play around with you.
No. Yeah, they do. They toy you to your death is about what they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they play around, like what was leaning more towards the demonic, that negative stuff, making your life miserable, fighting, making you do something.
Everything is chaos. Your house, your relationships, everything is chaos. And Brian, going back to Spiritual Ascension wanted to know if there's any way that you can prove that you're a Templar. Like, is there anything that would identify, or I guess we don't know what the
I do have a scroll. I have a big document that was given to me once I was knighted. It's an official scroll, and I never got it framed. And I have that. Something I did because I don't follow. I was through Freemasonry. You get to a certain point after your third degree, you can go do two different paths: York Rite and Scottish Rite. And then that'll ultimately lead you to 33rd degree, which is the top. But I'm a 32nd. To get to 33, it's a lot more politics. But within there, some of the extra degrees are Knights Templar. Here's the difference. When you go in, I'm a member of Hugh DePayne Commandery number 1 in New Jersey. That is my commandery. And you go through this whole process. And you pledge, they make you recognize Jesus, and you go through their allegory of it, and they get in chapeaus, and it's really weird. I don't follow that. I follow what the Knights Templars were really doing. And it's not just about Christ. It's about the way you present yourself, your energy, mysticism, everything, like being able to heal people. That's what I'm doing. Do it right or don't do it at all. That's the basic one. The only thing I can show you is I have a Templar cross. That's about it. I don't normally show, if I had my thing hung up, I'd show you my decree. But if you want to look me up, Hugh DePayne's Commandery number 1, New Jersey.
Yep.
I'm there. They'll validate me as a Knights Templar. And if you go to Scottish Rite, they'll validate me as a 32nd degree Freemason. But it's not like you get like a secret. You get a card. I can show you a card, but
well, you know what? I always think this is a great opportunity because, like, when Laura Eisenhower came on, I told her, because there was a rumor going around. I said, Laura, they're saying you're not who you say you are. And so she came back. She gave me her mom's phone number. She gave me her birth certificate. I have a copy, and she said, give it and pass this along. But I was like, I don't, I'd rather get that out in the open, and then people know. That's amazing.
It just happens to be here, and my desk is a mess. But this is our trestle board, and it gives information about what's coming up. January and February 2025. This is an old one, and it's Hugh DePayne's Commandery, #1 Knights Templar. This is where I was made a Knights Templar. Yeah, you get the sword, you know. It's kind of like similar to what they do, but it's a different. I don't follow the allegory. Sometimes you go through life and you're part of something and you realize there's more to this than, you know, dressing up and LARPing.
She just
I'm not
said
a
she
LARPer.
really appreciates your response. to
Oh,
that.
that's not a problem. But I mean, I always tell people this. And I think, Rob, you may have heard me say it.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about anything here, whenever I show evidence or whatever, I always upload the raw footage and before I listen to it, because you know what? I don't want to listen to 48 hours of the same fucking video over and over again on investigations or doing something, unless you catch something, because I'm the one that usually does it. But I want you to also get involved. Everybody like, oh, you want to be a paranormal investigator? Go take a look at it. It's right there on the YouTube. And because of that, we've gotten situations where we literally have missed images I've seen 1,000 times, from a phone size screen to 115-inch TV set, and I still didn't catch it. The guy goes on to the website when I was with Bronxville Paranormal, goes, circles it, and there's a Bigfoot in one and there's a Dogman in the other. So this is why I present. I want you to do some research. It helps me out. I will listen to it and do it, and I present myself. But I tell everybody, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not pushing anything. I don't want you to buy anything except for BMR's books. They're available on Amazon right now. Just go to the top. Out there. They
Here,
go.
no, I got them right here.
You got them? Yes.
Yeah.
I do make t-shirts and stuff, but I'm not pushing this stuff. But what I want you to do is I want you to not believe me, and I want you to do some damn research. Don't just sit there in the chat and believe some person that comes up here and tells you shit. Question it.
That's a great point. I could come on and say Bryan Bowden.
I'll answer to both.
I know you do. That's why I say both. I'm confused when it comes to that. But you know, the thing is this. Just because I have a guest or Coley or Brian or Joe Blow or John down the street, listen to what they have to say. And then you know what you do? That's such a great point. I should say more of this. Check the person out after the show or prior, right? I mean, do a little research, do a little digging. I mean, you said it yourself. You can look me up. You're going to find what you're going to find. I don't care. And I implore you to. I ask you to. Brian, it's a great point. And that's what more people don't do. Because guess what? I'm not hiding from anybody. Neither are you, neither is Cole.
No, I'm not.
Or anybody else.
Someone wrote, get involved in ball worship. Fuck him. Fuck ball. I mean, I am for the elimination of anything evil like that.
Yeah,
so much.
That's an idiot. So
no, whatever.
Funny. Somebody said that was a push. I love for BMR, and I was like, did you see? We were on it.
It happens. It just naturally happens. I appreciate it. You guys rock.
I'm grabbing books. Yeah, Brian's giving me that wasn't rehearsed at all.
So Ben from Oz was mentioning about one of my videos where this guy put a water bottle over his head and started smoking weed, whatever. And I throw my buddy Mark, who comes on, Mark Eddie Productions, great guy, great questions. And I just put his face, we swap faces. Like you see me do the safety dance, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make fun of myself. Pop it out there. Some people believe this shit is real. like get out, get off your phone and take a goddamn walk outside. That thing is called the sun. Have you seen it yet? Yes. Jesus is king. He is king. Eventually, he will come back, kick the eastern gate, doors open, and I have this image of him saying, I came here to kick your ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Yeah. And when he comes back, he's not going to be the lamb. He's going to be the lion. Just so you guys know. But
what's he going to be? Say that again.
He's going to be the lion, not the lamb. He came here as the lamb.
Yes.
And he died for all that stuff. And let me tell you something. He's not happy. when he comes back and like, no. And that's why I don't want to upset people, but there's organizations in this world that get like high praise that should not get any of it. But you do you, as I said, well, you do you, boo, and I'll do me.
That's right. I love that statement.
Yeah, you do you.
You do you. I do me. We all do ourselves, technically speaking.
Yes. And if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a fantastic point. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it's really interesting. People get involved in stupid things and they don't know the background of certain things, and it's just crazy. Just
Beno.
Mr.
Beno
Lion
was talking about James Gillian. He calls him Mr. Lion. He said Mr. Lion is no god.
Okay. I mean, I've met some people that think that they've god complexes.
No, this is I have a neighbor, but
No.
He,
Mr. Lion is God. No.
He calls James Mr. Lion, so he's making it. He's
That's cool.
There.
There's things you can do.
That's
Oh, that's me. Yeah, YouTube at Bryan Bowden. I stopped doing the individual, like, I mean, we still have Bronxville Paranormal Society up, New York UFO project. All these,
for people, I'll stop you right there, Brian. Bryan Bowden is a man with over 2,972 podcasts.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, no, I have one. I have a buddy that
he has one.
Yeah. Although I took a hint from BMR, and
oh boy, how did you?
No, this is really important, because when Rob started, it was like just one show, and then he went to 2 shows, and then you see him with Tex, and now it's like he has at least 3 shows.
Yeah,
he's doing. I mean, like 99% of the guests that I have had on Third Eye Live, they're all women. And like literally, it's all women, 99%. And people like, you've had a lot of women in there. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather look at pretty ladies for 2 hours than some guy talking about
there is strategy.
Dogman is pretty big, and whatever.
I'm very strategic. I like your thinking. I'd like to mix it up. You got to mix it up. And you know what? Women are more open. I tell you what, some of the women guests compared to the guy guests, I have a 50-50 mix myself. They are more open to a lot of things. I find the best out of women to come on the shows, or even as my co-host, really, they're more open to what's going on, and they're more willing, I have found, to look at both sides of the coin. Yep. I find a lot of guys, a lot of dudes, especially these old crotchety guys, they're just set in their ways.
Guys.
It could be MUFON Joe, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean.
MUFON Dave, yeah.
Yeah, of course. MUFON Dave, who can't forget him. But people, I tell you what I love about what I do, Coley, Brian, a few other people that I love and respect, I don't like the people that have the blinders, right? I just believe that Bigfoot is an ape, or I just believe that a UFO or an alien is a demon, and they don't have the mental fortitude, man, to think out of the box and explore other avenues. That's the only reason we do these shows, is to have conversations like this. I don't care if I disagree with you and vice versa, but you know what happens? You learn, and then you're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I was all wet on that. Maybe this guy makes sense.
So when you do research, and if you really want to try to do research, first of all, unless you're a scientist, don't pretend you're doing science.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Exactly.
There's somebody, I used to be with an organization. I left that shit because there's somebody on there claims to be a PhD, and she really is a chat GBT PhD. Okay. Full of shit. And is admitted to using it, and backpedals and stuff. But when you get to this crazy world of extraterrestrials, cryptids, whatever it is, you're going to get the people there that are more the science side, and then you're going to get the people there that are like, how much meth has been smoking this week? You know,
Wow.
and but you can't just discredit it. You have to take it all in, listen to them, put it in the book, because you may down the line meet something or have an experience where, that meth guy was right actually this time around. And you
The
may
one
you
that
may get
does
one of
not
those
eat,
experiences.
sleep, that does nothing but follow you all day long. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets really
They've
weird,
got to
but
know something, but I mean, they do. I mean, they're watching always.
well,
I feel
I
like.
love I know a couple individuals who's have kids that are mentally challenged, and I'm just good with people in general, and then you ask them questions and they'll give you answers, and they'll say, no one ever asked me this, and I'm like, okay, I'm just asking, what do you know? And these kids pick up on some shit that it blow your mind in relationship to the esoteric, and where do you think they're coming from, and like extraterrestrials, and they'll say certain things to you. Take everybody's opinion and put it in the book and keep it as research. You can't just discredit it, because I was once, nope, flesh and blood, Bigfoot, gotta be, it's a giant monkey, boom, boom, boom. And then I had an experience that would tell me it wasn't a giant monkey. It's can be both.
Yes. Yeah. I, for the longest time, thought mine was a part human, part demon. And today,
Yeah.
I don't think the same.
There's a question about why does Masons look like Bill Gates? But there's a lot of go any place you want to go, buddy. There are really strange people in it. Every organization. If you want to look at all these
Every
people,
community. Oh yeah.
I'm going to throw one at you, okay? If you think it's bad about Bill Gates or whatever, and you want to blame the Freemasons, you may want to go to the Vatican first.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah. And it's going to get you in trouble, so I'm going to shut my mouth.
They
Bulls are
traced
everywhere.
I don't think anybody can even justify it at that. And I went to a Catholic school, a private school my entire life. So it just becomes a point. They tracked Grinder down to if you don't know what it is, Google it, because it's alarming. To the Vatican. That's where they're I don't know. That's such a.
Did you have Sister Mary Black and Decker
for a teacher?
Yeah,
yes.
I will tell you, I know all my teachers throughout my entire life. The worst one was the nun, Sister Nazaria. All right, did not like her.
How did she have only one name? Mine was like Sister Mary Catherine.
No, it was Sister Nazaria. I mean, that's a mouthful, I guess.
BVM or something, yeah.
Always really Mary always has it's Mary Catherine. It's always
Mary.
Yeah, she did not like good old BM.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to that religious schools.
You're lucky.
I had a lot of friends that went there and like,
just
got crap beaten out of me by Sister blah blah blah. Some of the penguins were just nasty.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. And then you had to use skirts, and if they were above 2 inches, what was it, 2 inches above your knee, then you got. I mean, it was like the wrong shirt or the wrong. I mean, it was just so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I will tell you that all the Catholic girls in New York City, it was well up above that knee.
Oh, I'm sure. In New York City, I'm sure anything went. They didn't. Yeah,
and you can see them like, because some of my friends were like, they'd be smoking a cigarette. It's like shit. They got to go to school and they're pulling their skirts down. Yeah, so they don't get whacked. But I did once. I took a philosophy class at school, and we were talking about the different dialects, the Confucian dialect, and different books, based on these. And I gave this guy, my teacher, Confucius dialects that were not heard, like Confucius say, man with hand in pocket, feel cocky all day. Or Confucius say, baseball wrong, man with 4 balls, can't walk. And I handed it to him, and later on I found out he was a father in a priest in the Bronx. And I'm like, okay, you gotta forgive me for that. He goes, no, dude, these were great. Just because I got the collar on doesn't mean, I don't have a sense of humor. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I bet. Well, I don't know. It's like in the school, that takes me back. I got stuck in the coat closet for talking in kindergarten. I mean, they did that
Yeah.
crap. I mean, they could. I mean, like it was nothing to like whack a kid with their cane or something like.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just in this area, man, across my knuckles almost every third day. Ouch.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah, it was that brutal for sure.
when you go into these religious institutions, no matter what it is, temple wise or church or whatever, those church ones, they had the parochial schools. Oh my God, how much freaking incense you guys run through. I mean, it just stinks. It's just like, oh crap. It smells like frankincense and myrrh. Let's do something about this.
Are you talking about church, the Catholic Church?
Well, yeah, because part of the parochial school that my friends went to, they had to go to mass, and that was part of their day. And they're bringing out the goblets of fire.
Yeah, I don't know what it even is. What is it supposed to be? Do you know?
I think it's like it's frankincense, it's myrrh, it's some other substances that help for purification. Like you'll notice I have a iron bracelet right here, right there. I wear that because iron on your left wrist, your left is a receiver. I wear it because it protects you from negativity and evil. You put iron on. Priests throughout history have worn iron on both, kind of like sweatbands, but primarily on their left. And it goes all the way back even to like the Aramaic and Egyptian and whatever. And the Egyptians weren't that bright. They found that shit, just so you know. They made claim to it, but they found that stuff. There were other people there. So, yeah.
And then a question, does anyone here know anything about the 3-star city states? Do you know, are you familiar with that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you have any context to that, we'll gladly, because I'm not sure either. Rob?
No, I was thinking of just automatically with the 3-star states, Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure has nothing to do with what the question. And thank you, by the way, for that super chat.
Yep.
Super cat.
The super cat. Super cat. Meow.
Well, you can call them something else instead of cats, but it's
we gotta figure something for Coley.
Begins with a P, but it's not gonna work.
Oh my gosh. Well, after midnight, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like this.
That's the Coley Black Show.
Maybe on the late night show with BMR.
Come to the Velvet Room with Coley.
Oh my God. The red
Everybody there.
crushed velvet for Valentine's Day.
Black
the heart-shaped bed. Yeah.
Yes.
With the old heart shape, whatever.
Thanks, Cryptid Podcast, brother.
Have a great night.
Thank
Keith, it is good to see you, by the way.
Keith from Michigan was in the house for a little. He just joined us a little bit ago, but yeah. Thanks,
I wish everybody well. I mean, people having a hard time.
Yeah, I got to tell you what, you guys cross all 3 channels. Thanks to everybody. I didn't say hi to everybody, obviously. Thanks to all the super chats. Love the support. I think this was a pretty awesome collab, eh?
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
I think it was great.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And before we're closing, Brian, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Facebook jail.
Yes.
Every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. I do a live show. David Zublik's Awake Nation from 9:30 to 10 p.m. Then I do a show on Thursdays because I got kidnapped called Agent X11. And the woman that hosts that show, Penny L.A. Shepherd, is the inspiration for 11. I told you about that, Mr. Rob. When you hear her story and Coley, you're going to love what she has to say too. So I'll maybe put you in that direction. And then I always do my show, Third Eye Live, every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. And now every once in a while, we're going to do some special events to get the UK crowd in at 3 on Thursdays. So I don't want to compete with Rob or any of the other people labeled as misfits. But sometimes you got to, you got to take it while you can get it.
Do what you need to do, my man. I got you.
Yeah.
No toe slipping
And
here.
then you'll see me every once in a while in some of those guys' shows. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir Brian frequents my show probably once every 2 months. I mean, I used to have
Yeah.
Brian's been on in 4 years, probably a dozen times or more. I like to rotate him every 3 months simply because
It's
keep it
fine.
keep it
Yeah,
fresh.
Space
Keep
Out
it-
Radio.
Yeah.
Dave always calls me like, dude, my gut. I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Well, now that
literally-
Brian, you've been excellent. I definitely would love to have you back on. You
Yeah.
have
Oh,
been
yeah, we
Well,
could-
Coley, you got another round. You got another member to make the rounds for you. You know.
Yeah,
you know,
get you
I
into
definitely
the
would love to get you
circulation.
on the broadcast, and it's just fun. I like to have fun. I don't do interviews. I want it to be entertaining.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's it. The hell with it. You know,
No, I love it,
let's
man.
have
I
some
like
fun.
I like these
Yeah.
style of shows. We just take 3 or 4 subjects and just roll with them.
Yeah. I think we should do one show, and it's all like really heavy duty jokes. Just
Well,
jokes.
There's all.
Oh,
you know,
you know what? A joke off.
That would be
I think
great.
I'd
I mean,
win.
I'm talking about like, I don't know if you well,
We should
depending on how
roast.
old you are. We had a book called The Truly Tasteless Joke Book,
yeah, I got that.
and it
one.
was rant. I mean, it was raunchy as hell. And my youngest, came home, and I raised her since she was a pup.
Yeah.
She's got a great sense of humor, and she was just boom, boom. I'm like, where the hell did you get this stuff? And she goes, "Are you mad?" I'm like, don't tell this to so many people. But she goes, "Oh, me and so and so were looking him up. We found him." And I'm like, I couldn't tell her because my friends all race, creed, color, species, and they made me do an open mic at a Chinese restaurant once, and I offended every fucking person in the room. And the guy shut the mic off and goes, "You gotta go. You bad for business." And I'm like, I haven't even started, Wang. You know, and so he paid for our food and he got kicked out. But yeah, I think I want to joke off too.
Yeah,
there's
I think
something
so too. I think we should.
Joke
I
off.
think we
Well,
should do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
List your 5 like top funniest people. I think I make that top 5 list. We'll have a joke.
We can get into some. I got some really good ones. Some of them are long. It's a setup joke. But yeah.
No, but
thank you
you'd
very
have
much
to go
for having
back
me on,
and
though.
forth, like a roast or something back and forth where you told
Yeah, we can
jokes.
do this. This is gonna be fun. This is good.
It's all good, man. I love this. It's always good.
And I thank everybody, whoever had questions, and you can contact me on Facebook. Just tell me, you said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I saw you on Coley's," you know, Facebook Messenger, and don't be like those people like, "Hi, hi."
Yeah. Oh my.
Where you
yeah.
from? I'm like, listen, you fat Indian person. I don't want to don't catfish me. Fuck off.
Oh, what a great show.
Back to
though.
the cesspool they make go.
Back to the Ganges River.
Arr,
Yarg.
Yeah, and happy Friday the 13th and to BMR. If you haven't bought, wait for BMR's plug real quick. BMR's
yeah,
plug right here.
yeah.
These are great. I have
Thank
them over here, but I can't get to them.
Yes. Well, thank you.
On
Yes.
Amazon. Definitely check them out. They're good. Mine
Definitely.
did you get the nice little personalized note in yours, Brian?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good.
And it was dirty. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
but
we'll have to see.
I wish
hopefully they're
everybody,
not all the same thing.
you know, a great day and a happy VD tomorrow. I always call it
Ouch.
VD. So you didn't see my card up there? I created a card company called Bowden Card Company, and it's straight. I mean, I have this. This is my company. Like, you know, I'm sorry for your loss. And when you open up, it says, "Congratulations on your inheritance." Like really
Oh,
weird shit like this. So the card is all roses, and it says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. I gave you the clap. I guess it's penicillin for you." That's the card.
Boom.
That's Brian Bowden. That's Bryan Bowden.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
It's an easy way to break, I guess, the news. I don't
Yes.
know.
I like this. I like the name Big Chief Thunderlung.
Yeah, I like that name.
Whoever
Too.
you are, great name.
That's Rodney, the cows or cow.
Oh, is that Rodney? Is that his name? The guy that was on
Yes,
last night?
yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes.
Okay. I did
Cool.
not know that.
I had
I
just like
love
Cosmic
that.
Cowboy. Yeah, sorry.
Cosmic
Looking like
Cowboy.
Rodney, but
So-
that's Big Chief Thunderlung, but it's not easy to say in one breath.
Big Chief Thunderlung. Yes. It remind when I saw that I don't like the 80s VJs on XM radio. They're like Mark Goodman, please shut up. And the other guy, Alan Hunter.
Yeah, you
he
didn't like
tells
the
you
Alan
these annoying
Hunter? Okay.
No, I don't like them. They
What
tell
about
you
Martha Quinn? You had to like Martha Quinn.
no, I didn't like any of them. And then they have what's her name? Nina Blackwell.
You didn't like her either.
I was like, she's terrible. His dad, like, whatever. So I was like, someone was
I
posting.
like the downtown Julie Brown.
Well, one of these guys, she's okay. She's a little annoying,
I
but
don't like you really any of them. I just dug MTV.
but some guy wrote, yeah, my kid calls her Nina Blacklung.
Oh my
when I
god!
saw the Big Chief thing, it was whatever. Long story short, goodbye.
Well, you know what? I couldn't even watch MTV until I was 16 years old per Catholic
You didn't miss
household
anything.
regulations. I know.
I didn't have cable until I was way older, so we had to go to friends' houses and, hey, can we watch this? Yeah. And that was it.
We would play hooky from school and go to the family who worked days, and we'd play hooky and go watch MTV at somebody's house. Yeah.
You always had that friend, that degenerate of the degenerates.
You did.
They were always good for that.
Yeah, the VHS days.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I guess without further ado, I'd really like to thank you, Bryan, for coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you back on soon. You've been a breath of fresh air, my friend.
I hope so. Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you. I think your name is Rob.
Yeah. BMR, the body cam. We must
BMR body cam coming soon. You can follow me all about my home when I take my 32-second hiatus.
45 seconds.
If you have the pirate Rob, she can have the booties.
Pirates and the booties.
Go off the theme or something like that.
Interesting.
The booties, like
pirate booty.
Pirate booty. I don't know. We'll see.
I go to the socks. I'm like, but that can't be right.
Oh, we'll come up with something for Coley. You need a name for your people.
Yes.
You don't need one. You don't need anything, Coley. But yeah, I think that's a good idea.
They would, the booty sock, like that could just
booty sock.
It just won't work. Yeah. They keep them coming. Keep them coming.
There we go.
And so I guess
one will eventually hit. And thanks everybody in chat for being here, by the way.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for on Bryan's channel, mine and Coley's. You guys all rocked. It was a nice collaboration, nice mix of people all throughout, which is great. If you're new to any of the channels, I do subscribe to Sir Bryan Bowden at the Third Eye Live, Coley, SNX Radio, and Bigfoot Michigan Rob, of course. And yeah, let's do it. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's do it. So on behalf of SNX Radio, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and our special guest, Bryan Bowden, we'd like to thank you for taking the journey into the unknown. And until next time.
Unraveling the mystery, secrets in the night. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we'll shine, casting shadows aside, in the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the Sub-Nation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright.
On the Sub-Nation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves surround us, everything's alright. SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bring shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this roller rink we'll never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. As the next radio's call ringing through the air, together we rise, together we dare.
So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX Radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stay